or Crystal Lake. Nick's serves up award-winning thin crust and Chicago-style pizza. Eat in or carry out. In addition to Nick's fabulous pizza, let Nick's cater your events with pizza, pasta, Italian beef, and other delicious offerings. Their big banquet rooms can accommodate all your event needs. So, for great pizza in a Northwoods, cabin-style atmosphere, bring family and friends to Nick's. Visit nickspizzapub.com.
Go out for Chinese tonight at the China House, 1900 Sycamore Road in DeKalb. Enjoy a platter for two, which includes Shanghai shrimp rolls, beef teriyaki, crab rangoon, spare ribs, as well as chicken wings and shrimp. The China House also offers all Chinese favorites, as well as sushi and hibachi, plus American food and ice cream. Try seafood, beef, chicken, sushi, and more from their most popular buffet items. Let China House tempt your taste buds. Call 815-748-0032. Experts say regular auto maintenance is one of the most important things for your car. Meineke Car Care Center at 376 Sundown Road in South Elgin covers all your automotive needs. From oil changes, brake services, and emission testing, Meineke's expert staff provides hard work and dedication with the utmost professionalism. Need an oil change? Visit Meineke in South Elgin for their 23-point inspection. Call 847-888-9644.
Oh no, I just hit that post and my car's got a dent.
Uh-oh, better get Mako.
Oh yeah? Where are they?
Mako is America's body shop. They're the world's largest provider of paint and collision services. They're located at 212 Western Avenue in Carpentersville, across from Spring Hill Mall. I've used them. Check out my car.
Wow, looking good.
Everything was so easy and affordable. Hummer and staff were super friendly and really knew their stuff.
I'm going to call them now.
Mention WRMN 1410 at the Carpentersville Mako and receive 10% off today.
Well, good morning and welcome to a Thursday, Halloween on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube, where we have just gone live from Studio 14 in the heart of the Fox River Valley. This is the first shift. And I'm Marky B reporting for duty. And our first shift every day, even on Halloween, starts with our Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And welcome to your Thursday on WRMN AM 1410, and this is the Fox River Valley Media Network.
Welcome to the first shift, right here on the Voice of the Valley, WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM. Don't get that excited. I'm only introducing Marky B. Exactly. Featuring local news and sports, your Fox Valley forecast, and local traffic twice an hour at 15 and 45 minutes past. Timely interviews, a radio shopping show preview, milestones and memories, and born on dates of the lates and greats. Elgin trivia, and all of your phone calls, texts, and Facebook comments as part of the staff meeting. The First Shift is the most informative, entertaining, and interactive morning show in all of the Fox River Valley and beyond.
You liar!
Well, okay. At least it makes great background noise, whether you're at work, in the car, or at home.
Whatever.
Your host, Marky B, maintains an upbeat attitude every day despite the fact that he's saddled with an overall lack of talent, a delusioned ego, and false hope for a bright future.
Loser.
Yeah, he's pretty much a loser, but at least he tries. Welcome to Studio 14 in downtown Elgin for The First Shift.
Loser.
On WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Thursday, 6:13 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube as we get things started today. And let me turn that off, and then I can go back to that, and there we go. We are on YouTube, working out some of the kinks early this morning. Bear with me. Try to get things under control. It is Halloween, the 31st of October is the day that Halloween falls on this year. And the day of the week that it falls on this year is a Thursday. The 305th day of the year, the 44th week of the year. It's quarter number 4, as you might imagine. This year features 4 quarters in our year. And this is The First Shift. My name is Mark. I'll be with you until about 10 this morning. And on a Thursday show, we will be joined by one guest this morning. Well, actually 3, but at the same time. And that'll happen at about 8:30. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But let's go ahead and start by setting the stage for your Halloween forecast here in the Fox River Valley. I kind of expected more rain. And maybe we're still going to get a little bit more, but the ground is barely wet here in downtown Elgin now. Around the Fox River Valley and the Chicagoland area could be a bit of a different story depending on where you live. We have overcast skies officially, according to the National Weather Service radar, and 63 degrees. Winds are out of the south at 12 miles per hour. And as I look on the radar this morning, yeah, looks like we could be in for some light rain showers off and on for a couple of hours, but nothing too serious, it doesn't appear. And temperature is not going to change a whole lot today. Scattered showers and thunderstorms could be wrapping up soon. Mostly cloudy skies with the temperatures falling. We're at 63 right now. I had heard 70 for the high today, but it's not even saying that on this website. It's saying that we're just going to fall with our temperature throughout this fall day. Temperatures about 5 o'clock this afternoon will be down to about 50 degrees. So it's the first time in a while that we're going to have a falling temperature day. A little rain this morning, and then maybe some sunshine later in the day. A mixture of clouds and sun as the temperature drops. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and a low of 34. And then as we head into your Friday, we have some sunshine back in the forecast for tomorrow. A full day of sun, it looks like, tomorrow with a high temperature of about 53 degrees on your Friday. 53 with some sunshine tomorrow after a 34-degree night tonight. Clear skies and down to 31 tomorrow night as we look forward to the weekend and entering the month of November. Saturday, sunshine with a high of 60. And Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, rain. So a rainy trend comes late in the weekend and sticks around for a couple of days. And Saturday's high will be 60 with sunshine. Then on Sunday, we get rain and the same temperature, a high of about 60. Rain on Sunday night and 52. And then still kind of warm for this time of the year, although Monday will be a rainy day as well. We reach a high of about 70 for your Monday. So that's the outlook for the weekend. Today, a little light scattered rain throughout the morning hours, nothing too fierce. And we're at 63 degrees right now. Temperature's not going to move much more up before it starts moving down. It's fall, and it's the final day of October. It is Halloween. And this is the first shift here at WRMN. And coming up on the show today, me and you can join us via YouTube this morning. Love to hear from you and see what you've got to say on YouTube. Let's see if we have some early chats. Let's see who the king or queen of YouTube is early this morning. No Nickname John. No Nickname John hopped in first here on Halloween at 6:07. Should we go ahead and see what he's got to say early this morning? Why not? He sends a bunch of pumpkin emojis and a ghost emoji and some prayers. No Nickname John's going to get the prayer scoreboard started this morning with about 7 prayers on our prayer scoreboard. Good morning, first shifters. Happy Halloween, says No Nickname John. I'm dressing up as something really scary. A phone battery at 2%. I'm dressing up as something really scary. A phone battery at 2%. I don't know about that one, John.
Please be quiet.
This needs to stop. Now, shut up.
Shut up!
6:18 here at WRMN. I'm only going to give you about a 4 unless I'm missing something on that one, No Nickname John. Unless it's over my head and I just don't understand it. I mean, it is scary when your phone's about to die, but does that make a bad joke of the day? Or am I missing something? That's a 4. But you are the king of YouTube this morning, so you have that going for you. 6:19 here at WRMN. YouTube is WRMN Radio on YouTube if you want to join me that way today. You can send a text to the Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410 this morning. And we got a couple of early texters, and Westside Freddy agrees with me. He says that's an F score. He doesn't do the 1 to 10 scoreboard. He does A through F. Westside Freddy checks in. All right, well, we'll see what your other comments are on our Image 360 information line, which is 505-926-1410. You can join us that way on the show. You can also join us by phone. Old school, the phone number is 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410 on the telephone. And that's the way Trusty Pat has chosen to join us early this morning. Let's see what's on Trusty Pat's mind. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. Well, I had just the essence of a little bit of rain on my windshield right now.
Yeah.
Going to right by Larkin High School, so maybe it's coming. Boy, we need it so bad. But I just got thinking, we were talking, you know what today is? Today is 1 RAL. You know what 1 RAL is?
1 RAL. No, sir, I don't.
First day of radio after Larry. RAL.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, he's normally not on with me on Thursdays anyway, so I don't think I'll feel the effects of it until tomorrow.
Know, but still, it's one day.
Yeah.
The day after Larry. So there was so many nice comments about Larry on YouTube and on radio calls. And Larry has become a very loved person in this community.
Yes.
What is it there not to like about Larry? Larry is just a good person.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything bad absolutely about Larry at all. In his time as police chief, his time as down in South Ells as an interim city manager, he just did a nice job. Was a good guy overall. So I know he's going to be missed by a lot of people. I hope Jace can pick up the slack on Fridays. Man, he's got big. He's got to make up for 2 people. But
I know.
be nice if you find another sidekick for a couple of days, because it is helpful to you. I know that, but you do a good job otherwise. There's no problems with that.
Well, thank you, Pat. I'm actually working on some ideas to try to bring some other people in, so maybe we'll start to see that a little bit next week.
We can get George to do a cameo appearance every once in a while, too.
Yeah.
He's another interesting guy. He's another interesting guy that really just really good, great person. I saw he commented something on Facebook. Did he get back from Wales?
I'm not sure if he's back yet or not. I haven't seen Facebook, and I haven't heard from George since he called the show yesterday.
Son last night, he commented something on last night. But anyway, you take care. Have a great show, and great day for all our listeners, our first shifters.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling, Trusty Pat. Thanks for being a contributor on the program.
You're welcome.
Take care. Trusty Pat checking in this morning here with us on WRMN. Good guy, knowledgeable man, and a regular contributor. Well, that's the way we can fill in for Larry. That's one way of doing it. Getting our good, smart listeners to call in on a regular basis and help a brother out. 847-931-1410. That's always the number to call. I have a few ideas. We're gonna move things forward on the show. A regular multiple day replacement for Larry. I'm not sure yet on that, but I'm making some phone calls and I'm thinking of some different things we can do each day on the program. Guests that maybe can come in part-time and do an hour here and an hour there. We have a new staff member here at WRMN. Want to welcome Elliot Serrano. Elliot was on with Sonar a couple days ago, and he's going to be working in the sales capacity here and in some on-air capacities as well. And Elliot, very knowledgeable, very well-spoken on the radio. I was very impressed when I listened to him joining a political talk show a couple of days ago. And I reached out to Elliot yesterday, welcomed him on board, and invited him to be on the show next Wednesday. So that's one thing, not for the whole show, but I think Elliot's going to be with me for about an hour next Wednesday morning from 8 until 9. So learn more about Elliot Serrano and support Elliot as he tries to help support the radio station by bringing some new partners on board with us in the area of sales. Elliot will be on during Wild Card Wednesday. Why am I calling it that? I don't know yet, because it sounds good. Let's start with that. Wild Card Wednesday, with Elliot Serrano joining me from 8 until 9 next Wednesday morning. I'm working on some others. As soon as I get confirmation of other guests to be with me either once or on a regular basis, I'll let you know. Thanks, Trusty Pat, for all you do here locally and have done in our community over the years. Great community member who listens and joins the show. 625 here at WRMN. All right. Well, let's see what I have here for music. We'll check some news stories throughout the morning. And I mentioned I have a guest, 3 guests coming in at 8:30 this morning. They are representatives of Centro de Información. Diana Ortega Arith is the executive director. She's coming in, along with Julia Perez, the assistant director of operations and community engagement, and Henry Izaquire. Could be saying his last name wrong. Kind of spelled like Mark Aguirre, only Izaquire instead of Aguirre. Henry Izaquire, I'll pronounce his name correctly by the time he comes in or after he gets in. Manager for outreach and marketing. They're all going to come in and tell us about Centro a little bit this morning. So the services they provide, the challenges they are facing, the challenges they have faced with asylum seekers, and how they are handling the asylum seekers who come to town and are fresh to our area. That'll be at 8:30 this morning. Other than that, it is me and you. That should mean that we'll have a chance for a little bit more music today. And that would occur mainly in the 9 o'clock hour, but sometimes I spray a little music in throughout the course of the show as well, like right now. On this day in music history, the Supremes always seem to be in the news. And on this date in 1964, they started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with this great song. It's the Supremes taking us into the bottom of the hour news, which comes your way at 6:30. I got more news in the Dumb Day, the holidays of the day, next half hour. Don't throw our love away. It's the Supremes on WRMN AM 1410. 63 degrees and overcast skies. 6:30, time for some bottom of the hour news.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Cintas. Kane County expanding its reach with a new $2.8 million facility in Elgin aimed at bolstering county services and supporting the area's growing population. The 46,093 square foot building is set to open in early 2025 and will house the Kane County Health Department, Clerk's Office, and Court Services as satellite offices. Kane County officials have set up an election complaint line to address problems and irregular activities during the upcoming general election. Voters can report such issues as electioneering, improper placement of campaign signs, or any infringement on voting rights by calling 630-208-5328. New information regarding the shooting that occurred on October 27th on Shawford Way that left one person injured and in the hospital. According to the Elgin Police Department, the two individuals involved were acquainted with each other and that the shooting occurred over a personal incident. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Dodgers closed out the World Series with a wild 7-6 win in the Bronx last night in Game 5. LA wins it 4-1 over the Yankees. They were down 5-0 heading into the fifth, then exploded for 5 runs in the top half of the inning. The Yankees went ahead 6-5 in the bottom of the sixth. The Dodgers regained the lead in the eighth on a pair of sacrifice flies. Blake Trinan struck out 3 over 2 1/3 to earn the victory. Walker Buehler closed things out with a pair of strikeouts in the bottom of the ninth. It's the 8th World Series championship for the Dodgers and their second under manager Dave Roberts. They also won the title in 2020. Thursday night football, the Jets host the Texans. Houston 6-2, New York 2-6. Alan Lazard out for the Jets with a chest injury. Houston's Stephon Diggs done for the season with a knee injury. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22. Scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves, and earned Kohl's cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum. This is news of October 31st, 1924. The meeting of the Rotary Club of Elgin was announced this past week following a short business session out of respect to the memory of John A. Wright, who had been chairman of the Boys' Work Committee. Many of the Rotarians signify their intention to attend the funeral, which was held this past weekend. At the request of the family, which felt what they wished deceased, the amount of usually expended for a floral piece was voted instead and drawn from the general fund and credit to the boys' work for the club. Harry Hemmons made a short talk extolling the virtues of the deceased and his constant willingness to be helpful to matters pertaining to the philanthropy of the club. He labored steadily in the drives, particularly active in the drive of the Community Chess Association of last year. The meeting adjourned with the passing of suitable resolutions, which are made part of the club records, and a copy sent to the bereaved family. In other action, Charles Erbstein launches an employees' golf course. Employees of Olivia Estate, managed by our attorney Charles Avon, are going to stage a golf match over the new Villa Olivia course in the near future. On the engineer team will be D. Fairvine, C. Myers, E. Page, and E. Gieske, while their opponents will be H. Garrett, G. Smith, M. Moseritz, and B. King. Each player will use but one club and one ball. The handsome trophy has been donated for the occasion by attorney Erbstein. Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
6:36 here on the first shift. That was JT's final day. This is JT's final day. You'll hear the report one more time next hour. Larry Jones with his final day yesterday here as a regular on the first shift. And JT, Jerry Turnquist, another local education legend. Longest serving teacher in U46 history, right? Something like that, 41 and a half years. Been teaching us about Elgin history here on the air for the entire time that I've worked here. But JT's going to turn over the reins. We'll still have him in occasionally for this or that as a guest host. Well, change equals opportunity, right? Another Another way to express the letter CEO. CEO, change equals opportunity. And we'll see who takes advantage of the opportunity to step up and step in and maybe play a small role on this show trying to replace Larry Jones in certain ways. Thanks for all the phone calls and all the support for Larry and for the show, and for joining us during Larry's final show here yesterday. 6:37. Larry's going to become my consultant now. I'm going to check in with him every once in a while and get his opinion on things. You're also my consultants here on the first shift as staff members here, and there's several ways to get in on the show today. YouTube, WRMN Radio on YouTube. The Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. And by calling the show at 847-931-1410. And you can even go old school and text me a morning message, if you'd like, on my cell phone. If you have it, you have it, right? Yes, you do. Stevie T has my cell phone number. Elgin City Councilman Steve Thorne, just to clarify what Pat was asking about when Trusty Pat called a few minutes ago. He says, George gets back the 1st of next week. So George is not back in the country here as of yet. How does Steve know that? Well, number one, he's friends with George. Number two, Louie's still at the Wing Mansion. George's dog. Steve will be in tomorrow morning with a Senior Community Spotlight Show, part of our Friday festivities here on WRMN. We'll do everything the same on Friday, minus Larry. Jakes will be here. Myself and Jakes, and hopefully you, at 847-931-1410 tomorrow on the show. Chief Anna Lally, who popped in during Larry's final show yesterday for about 4 or 5 minutes, she will be in. And I'll talk more about the Elgin Police Department in just a couple of minutes. And Music Memories with Stevie Thorne is on the air tomorrow morning as well. That'll be our 10 o'clock hour, I think. The reason I say I think is because we may have to make a small programming adjustment. I think Matt has also, assuming that he was on the air tomorrow in the 10 o'clock hour, scheduled a guest on with him, so we have to resolve that little conflict. But that's a part of tomorrow morning's programming here on WRMN. It is 6:39 on a Thursday. Deanna Ortega, Arith, and a couple of others from Centro de Información are in from 8:30 until 9 today to tell us about their organization and what important role they serve here in the Elgin community. We're in the Fox River Valley. We have light rain in parts of the listing area this morning. It's, I can't tell, maybe raining very gently here in downtown Elgin at the moment. The street seems a little glistened, as if it's raining a little bit off and on. But mainly dry here in downtown Elgin, a little light rain. And we will see dropping temperatures later in the day today. Another thing you can do is send us pictures. Now, I have to admit, I'm having a slight issue bringing pictures up this morning to put them on the YouTube page where you can see them. I can see them, but I've got this screen that I can't seem to get off of my feed here, therefore blocking me from putting pictures up today. But I'll try to see if I can resolve that during the show. And if so, I can show you the picture that the Sultan of South Elgin has sent me. It's a great picture of a train on the north side of Appleton, Wisconsin, that South Elgin Chris, the Sultan of South Elgin, saw as he was in the middle of his travels yesterday. That is a very cool looking train. Don't let me forget to show it either today on the show or tomorrow. I also would like to show some pictures because I've taken some this week. I'm trying to contribute to the program with my own pictures that I see as I go about my daily life. And earlier this week, I was able to show some pictures of my experience at the Bluff City Cemetery on Monday afternoon when Heriberto Ortiz, the corporal, who was missing in action for over 70 years, was laid to rest over at Bluff City on Monday. So it's nice to be able to show some pictures. You can always see those if you're watching us on YouTube, and I'm able to show them at WRMN Radio on YouTube. A great new tool that we use here at WRMN, and we're trying to use it a lot to cover things live and to show you what's happening here in the Fox River Valley. The pictures that I took since Monday that I am looking at right now are pictures of the Carpentersville Dam area, the dam they pulled out in Carpentersville. And I was riding my bike up there a couple of days ago. We went and had dinner at Diamond Jim's and took a bike ride north of Dundee towards Algonquin through Carpentersville. And I was right in that area where they removed the dam. And it did look very shallow. The only thing is, I'm not sure I've ever been in that area of the Fox River before the dam was removed, so it's hard for me to give a judgment on what the difference was. Only to tell you that I've seen stories in the Daily Herald about it being extremely shallow in that area. That's a combination maybe of the dam being removed and the fact that we have just not had as much rain the last couple of years. 6:43 here at WRMN. So as soon as I'm able to show these pictures, I will. I'll show you maybe a picture of the tacos. I love taking pictures of food before I touch the food. After it's been prepared, are you a food picture taker? I am. I took a picture of my tacos over at Diamond Jim's the other night because they look good. Guess it'll be a free plug for Diamond Jim's. We got to get Diamond Jim's on board here at WRMN in one way or another. I'll have to talk to Elliot about ways to work them in and see if we can't get Diamond Jim's, a great place. I also took a picture last night over at the house of hostas. Hostas beginning to grow. They're confused. They're confused by the global warming. Lorena had trimmed all the hostas to the ground and kind of buried them for the winter time once they all died. But it looks like they are sprouting once again, thinking that maybe it's spring again. Isn't that weird? Depending on the trees, some trees are holding on to a lot of leaves these days. Others have let go of their leaves. But the hostas are back. I wonder what's going to happen if it really does get cold in the next few weeks. Maybe it won't. Who knows? We live in a weird time. 6:44 here at WRMN. All right, a couple of YouTube comments. Thanks for the effort. You put the F in effort this morning, no nickname, John. At least Westside Freddy thinks so. I'm giving you a 4, which would also be an F on a 1 to 10 scale. But you know what? Sometimes we got to be brutally honest with you. But you know what? It was a bad joke, and that's your goal, I guess. Dennis D. Not So Young checks in on YouTube this morning at 6:08. He checked in, said, "Good morning, First Shifters. Have a great day from the Nightmare." On Elm Street, he and Kimmy D stopped by the radio station for a little bit yesterday on Larry's final day. And this is 1RAL, said Trusty Pat. Or 1SAL, first show after Larry. Last day of the month of October. The big boss man, he's here, not working today, I guess, anticipating some rain. He is here with the ladies at Studio 14 this morning, and he sends us about 15 prayers to our prayer scoreboard. From the big boss man who checked in on YouTube this morning at 6:08. We'll check some more comments throughout the day. It's 6:46 right now. I've got to get a haiku for you. Let me see what BHB has for us today. The word of the day from Blackhawks Brad today is hasty. Hasty. Done or made in a hurry. Acting too quickly. Exhibiting a lack of consideration or thought. Don't be hasty. Think about things. Don't make hasty decisions. Try to weigh out your options and make your best decision based on those options. BHB listens in this morning and listens in every day and gives us the word of the day. Hasty, and I'll try to use it in a haiku here shortly. I have not written one yet. He sends us a prayer. A thumbs up. The American flag flies and the eagle flies over the Fox River. Thanks, Blackhawks Brad, for checking in every day. He's new at the age of 65. Newly experiencing the age of 65 and listening to the show this morning. Our Image 360 information line is 505-926-1410. Let me stamp the show, and then I'm going to talk about the Elgin Police Department a little bit. They have posted on Facebook a number, they've combined shooting incidents and have given us an update on that. So I'll give you that in just a moment. After we stamp the show, Tony Cool let us know this is staff meeting number 209 of the year. 209th staff meeting of the year, which means we are at 1166 ACB after counting began, and one after Larry retired. That fourth one was a little hollow, wasn't it? Can I get another fourth one, please? That's a little better. Let's win this day, says Tony Cool, sending exclamation marks to us all the time. 1,166 times to be exact, and it is the 209th staff meeting of the year. 6:48 here at WRMN. All right, let's head to Facebook this morning now, where I will show you, or tell you at least, about updates that the Elgin Police Department has posted to their Facebook page about recent shootings. I haven't really pre-read this, so I'm going to read it to you and be soaking it in for the first time myself. And maybe we'll start with a little bit now and save a little bit for next hour because it's already 6:49. I do have some other news stories I want to share with you throughout the show today as well. So we'll spray in news throughout the show. And of course, we'll have national and worldwide news at the top of each hour, and our news flash along with sports at the bottom of the hour. And the Dodgers are the world champions of baseball after rallying to beat the New York Yankees last night 7-6. So baseball is officially in the books now for 2024. The Dodgers and the Yankees, and it's the 12th time the Yankees and the Dodgers have played each other in the World Series. It's the 4th time the Dodgers have beaten the Yankees out of 12. All right. Let's start. Should we start with the earliest or the latest shooting? Let's start with the latest shooting, I guess, and go back to early. I'm not sure why we're going to do it in that order, but October the 27th, just a few days ago at 3:40 in the morning, this is case number 68488. Officers responded to the 1200 block of Shawford Way for a reported shooting. Officers arrived on the scene and located an adult male subject with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound, who was subsequently transported to a local hospital. The preliminary investigation shows that an incident inside a residence occurred, at which time a firearm was discharged. This is an isolated incident where all parties involved are known to each other. This was about 4 or 5 days ago. The update is that the investigation remains active and ongoing, with all parties involved identified and known to each other. So there's really no update other than the fact that it's still going. My question for the chief would be, I guess, who sometimes listens to the show, if there was a shooting inside a home and someone was shot by somebody else, is that not automatic grounds for somebody being arrested? Perhaps. Maybe they haven't been arrested yet because the investigation is still going? That's my question there. It's been 4 or 5 days, and everybody's known. So I wonder what they're trying to find out. That's from October the 27th. That's the first shooting that is in the news. The most recent shooting on the 27th of October. We're going to take it back to October the 18th in just a moment. But first, let's take it down under at 847-931-1410 as we go to Derica down under. Good morning this morning. Good morning, Derica.
Good morning, good evening, Marky B.
Whatever it might be. Yes, good evening to you. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah? You sound a little stopped up.
It's just clear my throat. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Well, good. How are things? How was your day today?
Yeah, it was all right. I had a quiet day here at home.
Yeah?
Had a few visits. First, a lady from church. She came and saw me this morning and gave me communion, and then at about lunchtime, about noon,
yeah,
another lady from the pharmacy came around with some tablet medication refill for my Webster pack, and so I had to sign for that, and then I had a couple of other people come around this afternoon.
Yeah.
And one of them gave me a haircut.
A haircut?
Yeah.
Oh, you get your haircut at the house, huh? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had a number of visitors come through today then?
Yeah, more people.
That's good. That's good. Keep you company at different times of the day.
Yeah, and I had to listen to, watch the rerun of, last shift of last night, my time.
You watched
you didn't play
replay of my show?
Yeah.
Oh, from yesterday?
Yeah.
I played your song.
You did?
I did. I played your song. I played it during the 9 o'clock hour yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
How did he like it?
Oh, wait. Did I? You requested another song. Oh, okay. I thought I did. That was the day before, I guess, I played your song, but you were mad at me for playing the sound bites in the middle of your song.
Yeah, because then you sort of interfere with it, and you can't hear it properly with all the sound effects.
Oh, I thought I was adding to the song by playing sound effects.
No.
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 Oh, my bad.
And I was wondering if you could play, teach me to drive one, but do it right through from start to finish. No sound effects. Because there was another regular listener who wanted to hear it. Because I remember there was another regular listener who wanted to hear it. And the Home Among the Gum Trees. And True Blue for Larry.
True Blue, yeah, that's the song I think I didn't play yet. True Blue from John Williamson. Okay. We'll try to do a Larry dedication with True Blue maybe in the 9 o'clock hour today. My 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for calling this morning, Derica.
Okay, so what time is it then now?
Pardon me?
What time is it then now?
It's 6:55 and 41 seconds.
Okay, well, it is 9:55 here.
Okay.
PM.
So you are 15 hours ahead of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe...
And I'd like to say hello to Hector Soto and Linda Carter and anyone else who's saying hello to me in the comments.
Sounds great. Maybe we'll talk to you a little later.
All right, then.
All right. Take care.
Okay, you too.
Bye. Derica checking in this morning. Good morning to you, Hector Soto. I'm trying to say it the way she says it. I can't. I'm not quite there. Hector and the fam checking in on YouTube. Hector says, good morning, Mark, and the first shifters from Hector, Ninny Rose, Jeremiah, Uncle Boom Boom, in the house, raising the roof. And 3 prayers from the Soto family. 6:56 here at WRMN. We have 26 prayers on the prayer scoreboard this morning. Well, we are about 2 minutes away from our top of the hour news break, so too late to start a song right now, so let's just talk to another one of our great first shifters at 847-931-1410. Let's check in with, let's go to the west side and check in with Freddie. What's up, west side?
West side checking in, brother.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing good. Hey, good morning, Derica. I was thinking of something that she's a replacement. We can call her DD for Delirious Derica.
Delirious? I was just thinking Derica Down Under.
Yeah, that's too friendly, man. But speaking of haircuts, I had texted you a picture Tuesday morning.
I know. I showed
Frank's place. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I showed it.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
He said to say hi, and we've been getting lots of people over there, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was over there last week, I think. Last week.
You mentioned it.
Yeah. So my hair still is good and short right now. It's going to be a little while before
Does he shave around the back for you with the razor?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what happened? In fact, it's so short. I went out to talk on the phone the other day I went to the back of the radio station to make a phone call out the back door. And some...
their back door?
Yeah. And some bug flew on the back of my head, and I didn't realize it, and I got back in, I felt something on the back of my head. And I reached back there, and I got it off, but it left a big bite. I'm not sure what kind of a bug it was.
Oh, crap, really, dude. Well, them yellow ladybugs, they bite like that, man.
Maybe it was maybe one of those guys, yeah.
Yeah, they're vicious, dude.
Well, we got about 10 seconds at the top of the hour, buddy.
All right, brother, we'll talk a little later.
All right, call me back. All right, Westside Freddy says, be blessed. All right, time for some news here at the top. First shift continues on a Thursday.
Up in Illinois, and I'm not sitting back to wait and watch dangerous radical left policies destroy Kane County. I'm Andrew Sosnowski. I have over 35 years of experience with prosecutions of crime, advocating for victims and children. I will root out the causes of crime and be the lead county prosecutor who will fight for our freedom, safety, and security. Vote Andrew Sosnowski for Kane County State's Attorney. I'm Andrew Sosnowski, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Sosnowski for Kane Committee.
Take your family out or meet up with a friend for breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Elgin IHOP, located at 101 Randall Road by the theater. They're open for dining 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Stop in at 3 p.m. for happy hour with discounted meal deals for early birds starting at just $6. You can choose from breakfast choices like the pancake sundaes or juicy burgers or maybe a classic burrito bowl. Check out the menu at ihop.com.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Cintas. New information regarding the shooting that occurred on October 27th on Shofford Way that left one person injured and in the hospital. According to the Elgin Police Department, the two individuals involved were acquainted with each other and that the shooting occurred over a personal incident. Kane County expanding its reach with a new $2.8 million facility in Elgin aimed at bolstering county services and supporting the area's growing population. The 46,093 square foot building is set to open in early 2025 and will house the Kane County Health Department, clerk's office, and court services as satellite offices. Kane County officials have set up an election complaint line to address problems and irregular activities during the upcoming general election. Voters can report such issues as electioneering, improper placement of campaign signs, or any infringement on voting rights by calling 630-208-5328. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Let me tell you a story about Bill. Bill was a normal guy in his 50s. He had back surgery about 2 years ago. Bill was in a lot of pain. He dealt with his pain by taking the Percocets his doctor prescribed for him. Bill took more and more and more of them to help with the pain, until one day the prescriptions weren't enough to get rid of Bill's pain. Then one day Bill found someone to help him get rid of the pain with illegal drugs he didn't need a prescription for. Fast forward to today. Bill lost his job and his family. The only thing he does have is his drug dealer. If you know Bill's story and you don't want to end up like Bill, call the Detox and Treatment Helpline right now to get away and get treatment. 800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. 800-694-1127. Call right now. Help is standing by. 800-694-1127.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Road game for the Bears this Sunday, a matchup at Arizona. The team looking to regroup after last week's 18-15 loss at Washington. The Commanders won that on a last-second 52-yard Hail Mary. Head coach Matt Eberflus on the hot seat, with some players publicly questioning game decisions. Chicago 4-3-0. Cardinals have won 2 in a row. They're 4-4-0 in a tightly packed NFC West. The 49ers and Seahawks also 4-4-0. The Rams are 3-4-0. The Blackhawks visit the Sharks tonight. Chicago 3-6-1. The Sharks 2-7-2 after going winless in their first 9 games. San Jose's won 2 straight. The Bulls beat the Magic 102-99 last night. Chicago rallied back from a 33-18 first quarter deficit. The Bulls are 3-2 with the win. Josh Giddey 20 points and 11 rebounds. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22. Scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves. And earned Kohl's cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Flex styles. Offers end October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Everyone has a community to lean on. A neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. You've talked with your kids and shared clear expectations, but you're not with them every minute. Your community members, friends and relatives, teachers and coaches, faith leaders, and other important adults in your kids' lives can be your eyes, ears, and a supportive influence when you're not around, reinforcing your messages with your kids and alerting you to warning signs of underage drinking or other substance use. So talk with your kids about these issues and involve the members of your community to help keep your kids safe, because when you talk, they hear you.
Big opportunities don't wait for the winter meeting season. Stay in the know now with Compeer Financial's Agri-Mindset webinars, where industry experts bring you the latest in ag, and you don't have to leave the farm to listen in. Join us August 21st at 1 o'clock for an in-depth hour on navigating technology investments to benefit your farm in today's market. Sign up for Compeer's next Agri-Mindset webinar at compeer.com/register. Compeer Financial is an equal credit opportunity lender and provider. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved.
Rise and shine, Fox Valley listeners. It's time to kickstart your day with First Shift with Marky B on WRMN 1410 AM. From 6 to 9 a.m., join the chatter that gets you clued in with the latest buzz around town. Don't just sip on your coffee. Let Marky B brew your morning with the perfect mix of news, views, and moves. Dial us in or live stream at WRMN1410.com and make your mornings a whole lot brighter. WRMN 1410 AM. We're the voice of the Valley, and we're here to talk.
Microsoft has new computers that put AI first, this special category called Copilot Plus PCs. They have minimum specs plus a chip just for AI. The company unveiling the first Surface devices with the designation, powered by Qualcomm chips, not Intel. One notable AI feature is called Recall. It lets your computer remember everything you do so that you can find files, images, and websites later. More tech news tips on Rich on Tech.
Every Saturday from 1 to 4, right here on WRMN.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling, the limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Want to read some action-packed, exciting pulp fiction? Read the works of Michael Tooman, now featuring their international crime thriller, I Married a Bot Madam. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. The paperback is also available at other book retailers. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That's Papa Sierra Yankee Lima India November Kilo dot November Echo Tango.
November Echo Tango, what? 7:08 here on the First Shift. Still kind of dark outside. That's because we have, well, it's that time of the year, number one. But number two, it's cloudy and a little bit rainy in parts of the area. Got a little light rain all around the area. Not really impacting us much. In fact, a guy just went by on his bicycle. People are still walking around, so whatever rain we have here in downtown Elgin is very light, and I think that's pretty much the case for the entire Fox River Valley. It's a Thursday morning. It's 7:09, and we'll check into a little bit of First Shift 411 here in a few minutes. I'll scramble together a few things for you to let you know what I've been tracking as far as events and information with First Shift 411. Got some other news stories to share with you this hour. We'll get your comments, of course, on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. And we'll start this hour by checking the Fox Valley forecast. It is light rain in parts of the listening area this morning and 63 degrees. Winds are out of the south at 12 miles per hour. We've dropped back to 62. And that's the way we're going today. This rain should be out of here. I was just hanging with some first shifters in the community center for a couple of minutes during the top of the hour break. Big Boss Man showed me the radar, and we tracked it coming across, and it looks like whatever is here in the area should be gone before too long. And at that point, it's just going to get clearer, I guess. A mixture of sun and clouds, and getting colder as the day goes on today. We started at 63 last hour. We're at 62 now. Temperatures falling to around 50 by late in the afternoon. So if you're feeling warm this morning when you leave for work, you might want to make sure you take a coat for when you get off of work. You'll be a little surprised. If you're inside all day and you walk out at 5 o'clock, you'll be like, dang, what happened? Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 34. And then on your Friday, sunshine with a high of 53. So a nice day tomorrow. 53 for the high, but sunny. Tomorrow night, clear skies and 31. Down to the freezing mark, -1. Tomorrow night. Then Saturday, sunny with a high of about 60. And enjoy the sunshine on Saturday because I don't think we're going to see the sunshine again for 3 damn days, as Kid Rock once said in a song. Sunshine on Saturday, but then rain on Sunday with a high of 60, an 80% chance of rain. And once it sets in, it's going to set in for a couple of days. We have rain on Sunday night with a low of 52. Monday, more rain and cloudy otherwise with a high of 70. And really, it's the first time in a while I've just seen rain as the forecast. Most of the time it says chance of rain, scattered showers, this, that, and the other. But this time it's saying rain. Monday, rain with a high of 70. So still warm conditions for November. And then 59 on Monday night. How about that for a warm November night? More rain on Tuesday with a high of 66. So temperatures are hanging warm, but rain is in the forecast for Sunday through Tuesday. Today just gets chillier as the day goes on. We're at 62 this hour, overcast in parts of the listening area, maybe a little light rain in other parts of the Fox River Valley and Kane County and Cook County too. Cindy of the city. She says, don't forget about Cook County. Don't forget about me. We never forget about you here on the first shift. You are a part of the staff. It's the first shift staff. And thanks for everybody checking in every day. On YouTube, we have Becky Blue Eyes checking in this morning. Becky Blue, good morning. She says, happy Thursday, first shifters. Have a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine from me to you. And I'm speaking for Becky Blue. We're going to need her imaginary sunshine today for the scoreboard, as we're not expecting, well, I say that, but I think we're going to see a little sunshine today, too. First, we got to work on daylight. Then we got to work on drying things up, and then maybe we can work for a little sunshine as the day progresses today. 7:13 here at WRMN, 62 degrees right now, dropping to about 50 by dinner time tonight, continuing to drop all the way to 34 tonight. Good morning, Becky Blue. Thanks for listening in every day on the near west side. Thanks for sending the pictures when you do. Looks like I might be a little picture challenged on the show here today, but as soon as I can recover my ability to show pictures here on YouTube, I'll start showing some as you send them. I got to show you the train that the Sultan of South Elgin sent me, and some of the pictures that I've taken this week, including hostas round 2. Some hostas are popping back out of the ground. You think it's spring again. Isn't that crazy? 7:14 here at WRMN. Yes, hostas can think. Something that you learned here on the show today. Becky Blue says, happy Halloween. And so we are mentioning Halloween. I do not have that complete list that I've gotten in years past. I guess I could probably dial it up. I think the Daily Herald did publish something last week, but I can tell you that Elgin posted something, and let's see what the Elgin Police Department has posted about Halloween. 3 to 7 here in the city of Elgin. That's kind of a general guideline, depending on where you live. I would say 7 is a pretty good cutoff time. Some suburbs still let you go till about 8. What's the trick-or-treat time in Hampshire? Mayor Mike Reed. He is in this morning with us on YouTube. Thanks for the picture, Mayor Mike Reed. Happy Halloween, first shifters, from Mikey and Mayor Mike Reed. How old is Mikey? How old are you, Mikey? Are you trying to jump in here as our youngest listener? We have Northwest Wesley Jr. II. We have Jeremiah. We have Iris that listens in sometimes when Ninny Rose is driving them to work. And we have Hampshire village president. Officially, he's the village president, but I'm going to call him the mayor. I like that term better. It has a better ring to it. Mayor Mike from Hampshire. And Mikey is 7 years old, giving us a new youngest listener, a new youngest registered listener here on the program. Way to go, Mikey. Thanks for listening with Dad. Looks like they're at the kitchen table this morning, having a little cereal. What's your favorite cereal, Mikey? Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious, I hear. But don't bite into those marshmallows. They'll make you squirm. They give you the EBGBs. 7:16 here at WRMN. Frosted Lucky Charms. Wait, are they frosted? They're magically delicious, I know that. The mayor starts his day about 6 a.m. working on his computer. He has a computer job, and he starts early, and then he shares some breakfast. He gets to work from the house for a while, so he's living the dream, as he told me on the phone yesterday when we talked. 7:17 here at WRMN. Golden Grams is what they're having for breakfast today. I haven't had cereal in a long time, I must admit. Me, 2 boiled eggs, and grapes that I munch on throughout the show. I down the eggs early, then I switch to the grapes, or whatever other fruit is available. Today it's green grapes. 7:17 here at WRMN. The mayor is also, and I guess this is good for First Shift 411, he has sent me a list of all the trick-or-treat times in Kane County. Oh boy. And if I was not picture challenged, I could throw it up here on YouTube today, but at least I can tell you. I also don't have my spooky music available, so maybe I should wait till after the news so we can do this with the proper music behind it, some Halloween music. But the Elgin trick-or-treat times are 3 to 7, and limit your child's trick-or-treating to the hours of 3 to 7 in Elgin. Young children should be accompanied by their parents or another responsible adult, it says here. So don't bring your immature uncle. He's just going to cause trouble. Uncle Bubba will let the kids go buck wild. So don't bring Uncle Bubba. It's got to be a responsible adult, okay? One member of each group should carry a lightened flashlight, it says, at dusk or afterwards. Yeah, if you're out till 7, you're going to get a little darkness at the end. I was trying to monitor the time a little bit yesterday. It was about 6 o'clock. I got home from work. What did I get home? I got home from work yesterday about 5:15 or 5:30. And I wanted to be outside. It was so nice and breezy and warm outside last night that I was like, man, I'm going to do some things outside until dark. But I didn't have much time until dark because we're losing that part of the day. So the backyard still needs to be, the leaves need to be mowed one more time. But actually, the leaves may have to be mowed a couple more times because there's still a lot of leaves in the big backyard tree we have back there. But mowing number 1, mulching the leaves with the mower, is ready to happen. So I was walking out towards the shed to make that happen, and it was just starting to get dark. And Lorena came outside to talk to me for a few minutes, and so that killed that idea because by the time we were done talking, it was, in my determination, too dark to get the mower out. So that did not happen. So then it was time to tackle the garage. Option B. I didn't really need daylight for option B because the garage, believe it or not, has a light. So I was able to stay outside and clear off some clutter that had been building in the garage. Put some chairs away and put an air pump away and put 2 empty bins away and do a little garage work last night.
No one cares!
You don't care? You don't care?
I don't care! I don't care!
Man, I Thought you loved me.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate everything that you stand for.
Don't beat around the bush. 7:21 here at WRMN. I guess I'll get back to my Halloween safety tips then if you don't want to hear about me. Bring a flashlight. In case you drop a piece of candy, you want to be able to find it. Make sure your costumes do not limit your mobility. Make sure you have some visibility. You don't want to bump into things like you do when you're looking down at your phone texting while you're walking. Use reflective tape or stickers on costumes and bags and wear light-colored costumes to help children safe. I think there's a typo here. A typo? Let me see. Let me read that one more time and see if it's a typo or if I can't read correctly. Use reflective tape or stickers on costumes and bags and wear light-colored costumes to help children safe and be seen. Okay, or something like that. That was not me bad. That was not my bad reading. That was actually a typo. Always walk on the sidewalk and cross the street at intersections. Don't be jaywalking. Don't be jaywalking, okay? Bring candy and goodies home and have parents check them before you start gorging. It doesn't say before you start gorging here. I made that up. I ad-libbed that, but... So these are some safety tips from the Elgin Police Department. We request that residents indicate their willingness to welcome children by keeping porch and exterior lights on during the 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. trick-or-treat hours on Halloween and only serve wrapped candy. Yeah, that's a good idea. Masters of the obvious. I guess you got to state the obvious because there are morons out there, aren't there? Residents are also reminded to close and lock their garage and car doors to reduce the opportunity of theft and vandalism. Yeah, there are bad people in this world. I know it's hard to believe, but there are opportunists. They might be taking the kids out trick-or-treating, but they might be a little nosy. And the kids might be a little nosy. And, they could come back later if they see something good in the car. You don't want that, so keep the car doors locked. 7:24 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Trick-or-treat tips, a part of First Shift 411 today. And maybe I'll get to those trick-or-treat times Mayor Mike has sent me. Next half hour, accompanied by some spooky music. This music is too comfortable here on Comfort Radio. 7:24 here at WRMN. All right, what else do I have here? First Shift 411. Pick 6 continues. Go to our website, WRMN1410.com, and fill out your Pick 6. Chance to win a Rookies gift card. Good for $25. Rookies All-American Sports Pub and Grill. You can use it there. A great place called Old Republic on Randall Road, where you can watch great live music a lot on their awesome patio. Go over to Alexander's Cafe, not Alexander's, but Alexander's Cafe on Route 31. Right around I-90, just north of I-90 there. You can use it there, or you can use it at Village Squire or at Rookies. Go watch some football. Now, I had a little dilemma. I was thinking long, thinking wrong on picking my games this week to put on the Pick 6 sheet. And the dilemma I had was, do I put a game on the Pick 6 if it's going to be a hard game to pick, but it involves lame teams? That's a tough one there, because I had a couple of choices. That would have been probably tougher games to pick than a couple of the games that I put on the Pick 6 sheet. So what do you want? Do you want New England and Tennessee?
2-6 against 1-7. The game being played at Nashville, 1-7. You want that? I mean, that's a tough one to pick. That's a crapshoot, right? So that would be a good game for the pick six sheet because I'm trying to make the games tough. But it's a lame game. And you know what happens with a lame game?
No one cares!
No one cares.
No one cares!
So I left it off. And there was one other game like that too. Lame game, but hard to pick. So I don't know. Maybe I'll ask my experts tomorrow. I'll get Tim Calderwood's opinion. Calderwood's on the pick six tomorrow with Jakes and me at about 8:40. We'll do our pick six tomorrow morning. The Calderwood cops are no longer around. Larry Jones, who got mad at me for not giving Tim enough time for accepting a call after the 8:30 break. You'd think you first shifters would know better. But I accept the calls. Larry's mad at me. We don't give Calderwood enough time. Well, we won't have Larry, so Calderwood will have more time. How about that? And the games on the pick six are the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. Are the Cowboys toast? Are they playing out the string for what's-his-face McCarthy before he gets fired at the end of the season? Or are they going to save their season? And is Dak Prescott going to go, you know what? I make like $50 million a year. Maybe I should start playing like it. Oh, wait, I still need other players to support me. Maybe he should delegate some of his money to help the Cowboys sign a nice surrounding cast. The Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are playing decent football. They're 5-3. The Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. Seems kind of like an obvious pick, but you never know what Baltimore you're going to get. They lost to Cleveland last week. The Denver Broncos are 5-3. They're under the radar, so they're secretly playing pretty good football for Sean Payton. The Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. I know, right? Well, Los Angeles Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. Well, I think it's a tough game to pick, though. The Chargers 4-3. The Cleveland Browns are 2-6, but they played better with Jameis Winston quarterbacking them last week. So maybe there's something there. Maybe Cleveland's better than their 2-6 record indicates. Maybe they just needed somebody besides Deshaun Watson leading the way. The Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. Can the Bears bounce back from the humiliation they faced this week with bad play calling and stupid decision making? And national media has been all over Matt Eberflus for his poor defense on the plays leading up to the Hail Mary. And then Tyreek Stevenson's idiot decision to taunt the crowd or do whatever he did with the crowd getting ready for the Hail Mary pass. Can the Bears bounce back from all that, or did that negative momentum take away from their season? We'll see as they play Arizona at 3:05 on Sunday. Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. There's the game of the week right there. Detroit and Green Bay at 3:25 this week. Lions, are they the best team in the NFC? I think so. The Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. Could be a tough one to pick. You never know what Rams team you're going to get. 3:25. And then the Sunday night game is the tiebreaker. Indianapolis at Minnesota. Pick the game and pick your score. WRMN1410.com to find that. Right now we're going to find some news, and then I'll have some more news for you as the first shift continues. 7:30. Good morning.
1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Cintas. In North Aurora, two men, 32-year-old Johnny Chang and 23-year-old Anthony W. Edens, facing charges related to child pornography. Arrested at a residence on Selwyn Parkway, both individuals have since been released pending trial. Chang faces 4 counts linked to possession of child pornography, while Edens faces 5 similar charges. The FBI is involved in a search for 4 suspects linked to a series of audacious armed robberies at jewelry stores across Illinois, Michigan, Michigan, and Missouri. The incidents occurred between July and September and involved the theft of high-value items and included the use of AR-style rifles, a handgun, and a hammer. The Naperville City Council candidate ballot order will be decided by a lottery on November 4th at the Municipal Center. The unique drawing scheduled for noon in the council chambers will establish the sequence in which candidates' names appear on the ballot for the 2025 municipal election. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance. And insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever. The Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bulls beat the Magic 102-99 last night. Chicago rallied back from a 33-18 first quarter deficit. The Bulls are 3-2 with the win. Josh Giddey, 20 points and 11 rebounds. Road game for the Bears this Sunday, a matchup at Arizona. The team looking to regroup after last week's 18-15 loss at Washington. The Commanders won that on a last-second 52-yard Hail Mary. Head coach Matt Eberflus on the hot seat, with some players publicly questioning game decisions. Chicago 4-3-0. Cardinals have won 2 in a row. They're 4-4-0. In a tightly packed NFC West, the 49ers and Seahawks also 4-4-0. The Rams are 3-4-0. The Blackhawks visit the Sharks tonight. Chicago 3-6-1. The Sharks 2-7-2 after going winless in their first 9 games. San Jose's won 2 straight.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum. This is news of October 31st, 1924. The meeting of the Rotary Club of Elgin was announced this past week following a short business session out of respect to the memory of John A. Wright, who had been chairman of the Boys' Work Committee. Many of the Rotarians signify their intention to attend the funeral, which was held this past weekend. At the request of the family, which felt what they wished deceased, the amount of usually expended for a floral piece was voted instead and drawn from the general fund and credit to the boys' work for the club. Harry Hemmons made a short talk extolling the virtues of the deceased and his constant willingness to be helpful to matters pertaining to the philanthropy of the club. He labored steadily in the drives, particularly active in the drive of the Community Chess Association of last year. The meeting adjourned with the passing of suitable resolutions, which are made part of the club records, and a copy sent to the bereaved family. In other action, Charles Erbstein launches an employees' golf course. Employees of Villa Livia Estate, managed by our attorney Charles Avon, are going to stage a golf match over the new Villa Livia course in the near future. On the engineer team will be D. Fairbairn, C. Myers, E. Page, and E. Gieske, while their opponents will be H. Garrett, G. Smith, M. Moseritz, and B. King. Each player will use but one club and one ball. The handsome trophy has been donated for the occasion by attorney Epstein.
Wow.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.org.
JT, hanging it up. 7:36 here at WRMN. AM 1410 WRMN radio on YouTube this morning. I checked out our camera shot on YouTube. I can show you that. Those seats are going to be filled in about an hour. As we have guests coming in, our 3 guests are going to be here between 8:30 and 9 today here on the show. And they're going to be with Centro de Información. I've been practicing. I don't know what a lot of the words mean, but I'm starting to be able to say them better. Centro de Información. Our guests are Diana Ortega Arith, Executive Director. Julia Perez, Assistant Director of Operations and Community Engagement. And Henry Izaquire, Senior Manager for Outreach and Marketing. I believe are going to be our 3 guests coming in to join us for a little while and tell us about that organization. They recently had a amazingly successful fundraiser that made a ton of money. So they're doing pretty well right now, and we'll see how they're using that money. And I guess they use some of that money to increase their staff size a little bit to handle the greater responsibilities that maybe they have with a community that is now 52% Hispanic. So we'll find out more about all the services they provide next hour. If you are Hispanic or some of your friends or family are, maybe you'll let them know that they can listen in between 8:30 and 9 this morning to find out more about that, about what the services they can receive from Centro de Información. Been around a long time, but I think they're becoming a lot more recognized and notable now, especially with all the asylum seekers that we've had coming into the area. What role do they have in helping those new immigrants or asylum seekers or whatever you would like to refer to them as they integrate themselves into our community? 7:38 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Oh, I knew what I didn't do during the break. I didn't cue up any scary music. Dang it. Well, trick-or-treating doesn't start till this afternoon. I sat here during that break, listening to Jerry Turnquist, thinking I needed to do something, or I would be mad at myself when the show came back on. And sure enough, not queuing up the spooky music was, I think, what I was not thinking about doing. It's 7:39 here at WRMN, so just know that Elgin time is 3 to 7. Since the mayor of Hampshire sent me that information this morning, Hampshire is 4 to 7. Hampshire is 4 to 7. Let's see who we have here. We have Northwest West and Northwest Wesley Jr. II, as it has become a rainy morning here in downtown Elgin.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Now, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty. And let's see if we can get the street cam going. Yep, there it is. There is the WRMN Douglas Avenue camera. And peace to Northwest Wesley Jr. II. I'm trying to figure out what he is today. For Halloween. He's trying to show you on camera, but the camera's not picking him up very well. I can see him better, but it's still hard to tell. I'm sure Northwest West will let me know. You guys have a great day. Happy Halloween!
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
And you could be a thong-wearing fatty. Maybe that's what Northwest Wesley Jr. II is. But he didn't look like a thong-wearing fatty, but I couldn't see below his waist, so I don't know.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
We also have the front of CK's car in the camera shot, the street cam. 20 before 8 here at WRMN, AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Is the earliest start time 3 o'clock? Yes, it is. Algonquin, Aurora, Batavia, Campton Hills, Carpenters, Vegas, East Dundee, Elgin, Geneva, Gilberts, South Elgin, St. Charles, Wayne. Bet they got some good candy in Wayne. Huh? Yeah, you know they got some good candy in Wayne. Don't be going out of your city to go trick-or-treating somewhere else, okay? You live in this city, trick-or-treat in this city, okay? Don't be going to Wayne. Let's see. West Dundee, I don't want to leave them out. They're also at 3 o'clock time. The 4 o'clock times coming up next hour. Pretty much the rest of them. But who are the rest of them? Maybe I'll let you know with our next edition of First Shift 411. 742 here at WRMN. I say, if you don't want to be a part of all of that, maybe your neighborhood's not that great for trick-or-treating, maybe it's not that well known for trick-or-treating, and you want to skip the event, well, go vote after work today. That'll keep you away from your house for a while. If you want to go vote here on the 31st of October, you got the Kane County Clerk's Office, 719 South Batavia Avenue in Geneva. I know it's confusing, but it's today from 8:30 until 7. That's voting time there. Same thing for the Kane County Branch Court, 530 South Randall Road, St. Charles. I'm not going to mention Aurora because you're not going to Aurora, okay? You're not going to Aurora to vote. Telling you that right now. Carpentersville Fire Station number 93 at 5000 Sleepy Hollow Road, Carpentersville, 9 to 7. Elgin Township, in my neck of the hood, 729 South McLean Boulevard, 9 to 7. That's right, 7 o'clock. Long day for Gordon. Right, Gordon? Are you there yet? Or are you listening on the radio right now? Gail Borden, I think that might be where I go. We'll see. I'm thinking about going to the Gail Borden Library. 270 North Grove Avenue. They're open from 9 to 7 today. Today's voting day for you Halloweenies that don't want to go pass out candy. And the line could be a little shorter today. The lines, there have been lines during early voting. Oftentimes during early voting in the past, there have not been lines. It's been the little tip, go during early voting, no lines. Not this time. Not this time. Maybe there won't be lines on Election Day. Speaking of Election Day, we're planning some Election Day coverage, a lot of it for you on next Tuesday, the 5th, right here on WRMN, even though maybe less than half the people that vote this year will vote on Election Day. To me, it looks that way. Eventually, we'll see some final numbers on that. But it still is the traditional day. And eventually, late that night, we find out who the winners and losers, but nobody's a loser if you take the time to run for office, right? The winners and non-winners, how about that? The politically correct way, the way I love to go. Not losers.
Loser.
No, you're not a loser.
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 Okay. The winners and the non-winners. And we're going to have it all for you all day long right here on WRMN, starting with the first shift. I may have an interview or two next Tuesday morning. People will be all revved up, ready to go. Those who have run for office to try to find out how they did later in that night. We'll have our regular programming here. Matt will have Out to Lunch. Tammy will have her show, Talk Time with Tammy. Our political guys, Sonar and Bendemonium Boquist, will have their shows. Their show beginning at 4, but never ending. As I believe we're going to be on the air possibly all the way until midnight next Tuesday. Sonar is going to put on the marathon outfit and go deep into the night. And our support staff will be around popping in at different places and sending in reports, calling in reports, maybe Zooming in reports. And we'll have some interviews, and we'll cover it wire to wire. That's next Tuesday right here on WRMN, your Kane County election station. 7:45. A couple of other thoughts on where to vote today. Campton Community Center is 9-3. It's at 5 North. Does N stand for North? 5N082 Old LaFox Road, Campton Hills, 9-3. Hampshire is at 170 Mill Avenue in Hampshire. And not today, though. Not today. I don't see any hours listed today in Hampshire, so don't go there unless you're going to trick or treat. So skip that one. Let's see. And the Vote-mobile today, let's see where the Vote-mobile is going to be here on the 31st of October. Is it going to be anywhere? No, it looks like the Vote-mobile might be done. So some of these places are not open today, so make sure you know where you're going to go and make sure it's open before you go. But some of the main places are open, of course, all the way through next Tuesday. 7:46 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right, let's see what else we have going on here. That was a little more first shift 411 for you. How about let's check news for a couple of minutes? Let's get back to these shootings. I started last hour in Elgin with a little bit of non-information, really, on what occurred on the 27th of October, 3:40 in the morning, 1200 block of Shawford Way. That investigation continues. All parties are known, but no arrests have been made. Taking it back 9 days to the 18th of October, case number 66704 and 66706. 8:50 p.m., officers responded to the area of Van Street and South Alfred Avenue for a report of shots fired. Then 3 minutes later, officers responded to the 0 to 99 block of Warwick Place for a report of shots fired. Upon arrival, officers confirmed shots fired had occurred at both locations. A subject was taken into custody that evening. Here's your update. These cases are considered active and ongoing with all involved parties identified. Detectives from the Major Investigations Division are continuing to investigate these incidents. They have been determined to be related, but no arrests have been announced. Have they been made? Have they been made? Chief's in tomorrow morning. I guess we can talk more about this with her tomorrow morning when she's here. That's Chief Anna Lally, badge 240, between 9 and 9:30. Fridays with the finest. October the 5th, 11:47 p.m., officers responded to the 1200 block of Fleetwood Drive, over there where West Side Freddy stay, for a reported shooting. Officers arrived on the scene and located an adult male with a gunshot wound, subsequently transported to a local hospital. All parties involved in this incident are known to each other, and charges in this case have been declined. At this time, this case is considered closed. A shooting, no charges. Domestic? Self-defense? Domestic or self-defense? Domestic wouldn't be declined, would it? That was shooting investigation number 63689, if you're keeping score in your shots fired and shooting scorebook. And let's see, 63488, October the 4th, 11:23 p.m. Officers responded to the 600 block of St. Charles Street for a reported shooting. I think I might have heard that one. We were at the D Not So Youngs that night. On a Friday night, we were standing around a fire. The house wasn't burning, we were having a fire. 7:50 here at WRMN. Officers arrived on the scene and located evidence of gunfire. While officers were investigating this incident, an adult male arrived at a local hospital with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound, and officers confirmed the subject was related to the incident on St. Charles Street. The case remains under investigations by the Major Investigations Division. There's a lot of ongoing investigations right now from our October shootings and shots fired here in the city of Elgin. So apparently no arrests in any of these cases. So something to talk to the chief about tomorrow. I shouldn't assume. So maybe I don't assume. What's a better word? Imagine? I imagine that maybe on the situation with the 4th, they're looking for somebody and they haven't found them yet. I don't know. That's probably a bad assumption. Well, maybe we can get it tomorrow from the chief right here on WRMN. Several shots fired, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 in the month of October. That it appears as though the investigations are continuing, except for that one where the case is closed and no arrest was made. 7:51 here at WRMN. All right, so there's a little bit of news for you. Let's see. I also have some other news to share with you. We do have all the way until 10 o'clock this morning, so I feel like I'm a little behind in my distribution of the news, but we'll get to it. We have a more music hour planned for 9. It could become a little more news and music together if we haven't gotten everything in today that I wanted to get in before then. At 8:30 this morning, it's Centro coming in to talk about their organization led by Diana Ortega Arith. And so all of that's still to come on the show today. Trivia? Maybe. If we do trivia this morning, we'll probably do it at 9:55, somewhere in there. Let's say 9:50. It's 7:52 here at WRMN. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410, and then we'll check a couple of messages on our YouTube feed, see if we have anything new and exciting. Let's take it down under again, I think, and it's Derica down under. Good morning. Hello, you're on WRMN. Hello, you're on WRMN. WRMN in Elgin. All that waiting for nothing. I wonder who that was. It showed up the same way that Derica usually shows up, so that's why I assumed, using that word again, dangerous word, right? You make an ass out of you and me when you assume. 7:53. I don't know. That's what Felix Unger told me in The Odd Couple back in the 1970s. He's the first person I saw ever break that word down. Or was it Oscar Madison? Was it Oscar or Felix that did that? 7:53 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right, let's go back to the phones. We know who this is. He's the one who sells shots fired scorebooks in the area to first shifters who want to keep score at home. Director of Shots Fired, John Prigge. You got to buy one of your Shots Fired scorebooks at a Prigge auction, though. Good morning, John.
Yeah, if you don't mind. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but the reason I wanted to call is just to say, when you're talking about the shots fired, is that we're in the political season for April now. Petitions have been turned in. There was even a lineup devised where I guess Maggie Beyer is the first one to appear on the ballot. So we're getting into another election cycle for April.
Right.
But I would also just want to caution people that the city council is the only one who can do anything on these shots fired. They have to place the orders and get things done. However, in a political season, this is a controversial topic, much like the homeless situation. No one is going to do anything or propose anything on this issue till at least after the election. So my concern for people is to stay away from neighborhoods that you know could be a problem. Stay away from certain areas of the city, not necessarily residential, but be aware that nothing is going to change during an election season like this. It's just a taboo thing that anything controversial gets pushed till after the April election. So be aware.
Everybody just kind of wants to ride out the storm here to see if they can be elected, you're saying? And don't you think that if someone would step forward and try to make an impact during the election season, that their name would stand out even more in the voters' eyes?
You are correct for new candidates.
Yeah.
However, the three incumbents, they're in trouble from this standpoint, and that is quite simply, it's too late to do anything now. So you're not going to hear the council bring up solutions or ideas about even questioning the chief at a council meeting. That's not going to happen now. It requires a vote because that could spell a problem for the incumbents. So the incumbents get protected. It happened with me. It just was told, look, if you need something to take credit for, you better do it now. And that's the word. That's the word behind the scenes. So for new people that are running, you have so much stake on your plate to go after. The homeless situation that we have in Elgin, along with the violence, the gun violence, the shots fired, that's meaty. And then you can look at the three incumbents and say, what have you done? This has been going on for more than a few months, like maybe a couple years. So for a candidate, it's a new candidate. It's filet mignon. For the ones who are incumbents, it's peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it as it is. So just please be careful about where you go, because nothing is going to change in the shots fired unless the city council takes it on, and they don't touch that during a political thing coming up, which is going to be April. The petitions are already in, and so on and so forth. So just be aware of your surroundings.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, thanks for the thoughts, John. I think those are very well thought out, and obviously you speak from experience. So appreciate you.
Yeah. Well, take it easy and have a good show today.
Take care, bud. Thanks.
All right, buddy.
All right. John Prigge checking in, former city councilman, with some consultation for the newbies on the ballot. You got some meat and potatoes on your plate. You ready to put a little salt and pepper on them and go to work? 8 people have filed petitions to run for Elgin City Council. Carol Rauschenberger is not one of them. She is stepping down. She says she's making way for someone younger who will bring a new perspective to municipal government. That's not a bad idea, right? Her fellow incumbents, Corey Dixon, Steve Thorne, and Dustin Good, did file their petitions to run again. And here come the plates with the meat and potatoes, going to Deanna Alfaro, Mark Smith, Maggie Beyer, Cecilia, Ivana Brooks, and Eric Bosque Pena. They're all on the ballot as well. So 5 that are trying for 5 new ones, and 3 incumbents that are trying for the 4 spots. A total of 8 are up for vote in the spring. More on that coming up, but I've pretty much run out of time for this hour. Again, Deanna Ortega-Areth's going to check in with some others from Central. We do have enough time to say good morning to Iris and Jeremiah, who says peace, and Ninny Rose as they drive by the radio station right now.
Hell yeah.
On their way to school here on Halloween. More of the first shift. We have 2 more hours on the way. Keep it right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Good morning.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Hide out with friends at Galati's Hideaway in Cary. It's the perfect place for lunch, dinner, and specialty drinks. Check out their sports bar for the best spot to watch games. Try Galati's Dining Room for a relaxing night of dining on their signature Italian dishes. Try their great pizza or the build-your-own burger. Galati's Hideaway also has a large variety of entree favorites like prime fillets, steak kebabs, salmon, and ribs. Book your party in their banquet room. Visit GalatisHideaway.com.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Cintas. The Naperville City Council candidate ballot order will be decided by a lottery on November 4th at the Municipal Center. The unique drawing scheduled for noon in the council chambers will establish the sequence in which candidates' names appear on the ballot for the 2025 municipal election. In North Aurora, two men, 32-year-old Johnny Chang and 23-year-old Anthony W. Edens, facing charges related to child pornography, arrested at a residence on Selwyn Parkway. Both individuals have since been released pending trial. Cheng faces 4 counts linked to possession of child pornography, while Edens faces 5 similar charges. The FBI is involved in a search for 4 suspects linked to a series of audacious armed robberies at jewelry stores across Illinois, Michigan, and Missouri. The incidents occurred between July and September and involved the theft of high-value items and included the use of AR-style rifles, a handgun, and a hammer. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This is McGruff the Crime Dog, and I need you to help me take a bite out of crime. Counterfeit products are popping up everywhere. Fake sneakers, fake cosmetics, and even fake pills. Crooks are selling counterfeit versions of just about everything. Last year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products were sold in the U.S. Sure, it may seem like saving a few bucks on the things you want isn't a big deal, but counterfeits are usually made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. And the money you've paid, it goes right into the hands of criminals and may support child labor, drugs, and even gangs. Smells like big crime to me. So if you still think buying fake products is harmless, think again. And remember, if you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart, buy smart. Go for real. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org. This message is brought to you by the United States Patent and Trademark Office and the National Crime Prevention Council.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Dodgers closed out the World Series with a wild 7-6 win in the Bronx last night in Game 5. LA wins it 4-1 over the Yankees. They were down 5-0 heading into the 5th, then exploded for 5 runs in the top half of the inning. The Yankees went ahead 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers regained the lead in the 8th on a pair of sacrifice flies. Blake Trinan struck out 3 over 2 1/3 to earn the victory. Walker Buehler closed things out with a pair of strikeouts in the bottom of the 9th. It's the 8th World Series championship for the Dodgers and their second under manager Dave Roberts. They also won the title in 2020. Thursday night football, the Jets host the Texans. Houston 6-2, New York 2-6. Alan Lazard out for the Jets with a chest injury. Houston's Stephon Diggs done for the season with a knee injury.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22. Scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves, and earned Kohl's cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Flex styles. Offers end October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Attention all burger enthusiasts and game aficionados. Celebrate a century of excellence at Mott's Lounge, proudly serving the community for 100 years under 5 generations of passionate ownership. Sink your teeth into our hand-pressed fresh burgers bursting with flavor, crafted just the way you like them. And while you're here, enjoy our exclusive drink specials, perfect for toasting to our milestone anniversary. Plus, challenge your luck with our state-of-the-art gaming machines, adding an extra thrill to your visit. Join us at Mott's Lounge and be a part of history in the making. Here's to another century of great food, fun, and memories. Mott's Lounge, where every visit is a celebration. For more information, visit us online at mottslounge.com.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley and the home of Radio Shopping Show.
America's Best Restaurants travels the country and features restaurants that you should visit each week. Recently, the cast and crew made their way to Renata's German Restaurant in Hanover Park. Renata serves old family recipes and delicious German-influenced food. Renata's also specializes in a wide variety of traditional German baked goods, too. So, if you've yet to visit Renata's, try America's Best Restaurants choice. Drop in soon for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Visit renatasgermanrestaurant.com.
Anderson Japanese Gardens, ranked the highest quality Japanese garden in North America and located right in the heart of Rockford. Their mission is to open minds to a different culture while offering a place of peace and tranquility where one can find healing, renewal, inspiration, and a re-energized soul. A premier destination for corporate functions, special events, weddings, and receptions. For directions, hours, and fees, visit andersongarden.org today.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
Here at WRMN Radio, we try to connect with the community and discuss important issues, like our current mental health crisis. Here's Lori Baker, President and CEO of AID.
I think most people, when they see young children thinking about suicide at the ages of 5 and 6 and 7, I mean, that's shocking to me that children even know that they want to harm themselves somehow. I know it's difficult. I definitely feel the pinch. We all feel the pinch at the gas pump, at the grocery store, right, in our rents, but I think most people could handle 27 cents a day to help kids and seniors and people experiencing homelessness.
Discussions like this take place on the first shift, weekday mornings from 6 to 10, right here on WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN 1410 Radio on Facebook.
Halloween. 8:09. Hey, good thing about not drinking much water for the first couple of hours of the show is my voice is kind of dried out. Perfect for this segment. Trick or treat times. Kids, be careful. Carry a flashlight. You never know what might be creeping around you. Make sure your candy is wrapped. If you get a Tootsie Roll that doesn't have the wrapper on it, you might want to think twice before you eat it. I'm just saying. 8:09 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Don't swallow your hard candy. Don't chew up your whole pack of Starburst real fast. Let it sit in your mouth for a while. Don't eat 9 chocolate bars. Even if they are mini chocolate bars, still 9. 10 past 8 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Going to the Image 360 information line. I can see this, but you can't. Trust me. Yes, I said, trust me. 3 o'clock, trick-or-treating starts in Algonquin, Batavia, the Campton, Carpenter's Vegas, East Dundee, Elburn, Elgin. Correction, Elburn doesn't start till 4. My bad. Geneva, Gilbert's, Sleepy Hollow. You ever been trick-or-treating in Sleepy Hollow? Ooh, Sleepy Hollow. That sounds scary. South Elgin starts at 3. St. Charles. Sugar Grove starts at 4. I caught myself. Wayne. Don't be going to Wayne if you don't live in Wayne. Does anybody live in Wayne? And West Dundee. If you have a horse, you're allowed in Wayne. 11 past 8 here at WRMN. But you gotta have a horse. And then you can trick or treat in Wayne. You're gonna go horse to horse. Thanks. Not house to house, horse to horse. I'm so funny. 8:12 here at WRMN. All right, I'm going to finish these times, then we'll take this phone call at 847-931-1410. 4 o'clock start time, Aurora, Burlington, Elburn, Hampshire, Huntley, North Aurora, Pingree Grove, Sugar Grove, and any other town that starts or finishes with the word Grove. Elk Grove? I don't know, you're on your own in Elk Grove. But there's one of these towns that wants to stand alone, wants to do its own thing, wants to live on their terms and their times, and that would be Maple Park. Maple Park, you can't start till 4:30. Why? Why? Just about all the end times are 7 o'clock. Elburn is 8. They like to trick-or-treat late. Stays a little lighter later in Elburn. North Aurora, Pingree Grove, Sleepy Hollow, all 8 o'clock. The rest, 7. Except for Montgomery. They want to stand alone. Montgomery is 7:30 for an end time. 8:13. Don't be out past the time or you could be arrested. But the good news is you won't be detained. 8:14 here at WRMN. Let's take a phone call, 847-931-1410, and see who's on the line here on the first shift. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Oh, hang on. My bad. Take two. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Well, what's up?
I don't know. You called me.
I know.
What's up with you?
Checking on you.
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Well, what's up? This is James.
I know.
I wanted to back up John, my partner, John Priggy.
Yeah.
On his conversation there, and I've commented this on in the past. I know that this shots fired thing is an indication of a failure in the leadership of a community, any community that allows it to exist. And John is perfectly right in what he said, and very accurate. The political powers are going to let it go at this time. because they don't want to get involved in anything that's ongoing. It's become kind of a problem that's not a problem. It's like automobile crashes. You know, how many automobile crashes have we had this week? How many shots fired have we had this week? Everybody gets kind of used to it, right?
Yeah.
And until a situation gets really bad, somebody gets killed or seriously injured, then it will become a problem. But unfortunately, what happens in most cases like that, the police department takes the heat. The chief will be put on the carpet. What are you doing about this and all that kind of stuff? They may even have form a task force to find out what the problem is. But you know, when I was still actively working, there was an old saying, kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, that chiefs of police were hired to be fired. They're the insulator. They're that layer of government that is put in place in between to take the brunt of the criticism when these things get out of control, when in fact it's a leadership issue. The political leadership are the ones responsible for these things that occur in these communities. They can either take a proactive approach or a reactive. And right now what you've got is it's totally reactive.
Or non-active.
Or non-active.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, well, you can take it to one step further. That's
inactive.
Yeah. So, right. So something happens and you just respond to what happened. You don't go out as it was in my day. You go out and you seek out the problem. You stop the problem before the problem gets, manifests itself. And so it's a total misuse of what you have in place to correct the problem. You've got these resources, and they choose not to use them because it's easier not to do anything. And on the bigger picture of this thing is, and there again, it's politics, right? And so I've been doing a little research recently, and everybody's talking. It's an election year. Everybody's talking about what's going on and this, that, and the other thing. And people have their different opinions. That's the candidates and whatever. But I look at the big picture. What has happened to our political system? And so I did a little research, and there was a name that was in the back of my head from a political science course I took many, many, many years ago. And the name popped up, Niccolo Machiavelli. Okay, now you can do your. It's very simple. You go on a computer, you put his name in, and there it is. It's all right there. You can even get writing, books that he's written. The one book that he wrote, and there again, he was born in, I think 1469. 1469, this guy was born.
All right.
He was a political philosopher, and if you read his philosophy on politics. It stares you right in the face. This is where we're at today. We are in a Machiavellian political kind of environment. Now, he was credited for a saying, a quote, but actually he never said this, but it's an interpretation of what he said and what he believed. And that was, the end justifies the means. So the interpretation of that is, you can do whatever you want, whatever it takes, within the law or outside of the law, within the rules or outside the rules, to get what you want. That's the simple interpretation, but you'd have to read on, and a lot of his stuff, it's a little more complicated than that. But nevertheless, it's enlightening. And if people would read this stuff, it would become very clear as to where we're at today with all this wrangling on the political situation. And what a lot of these politicians use, they use the Machiavellian let's say, his philosophy to gain power. So they lie. The media lies to us, and we get all this what they call misinformation and everything else. And so, just simply put, it's all Machiavellian.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if have you ever heard of him?
I have, yeah. And I actually have dialed him up on Google right now just to get a little more information. And Machiavellianism is a personality trait that denotes cunningness, the ability to be manipulative, and a drive to use whatever means necessary to gain power.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very well put. And so if people would realize this and think about this whenever they hear one of these political figures talk, and then, there's more to it. You can read on, as to how he used this philosophy to manipulate, and other people used it, the Medici family and all these other people. They actually, at one time, they controlled the papacy in the Catholic Church. It's amazing how there's so many quotes that you could pull up, but it's very interesting, and we can talk about it further in the future.
Sure.
Because as things go on, I think it becomes more apparent. And I'm not trying to get too philosophical on this. It's just information, and I think that people are not really taking into consideration the historical perspective on this stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, some good thoughts. Anyway, thank you, James, for calling.
It's a little deep for this early in the morning, but anyway, I thought I'd mention it.
That's okay. I think it's pretty accurate. Appreciate the phone call.
Keep up the good work, Mark.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Bye.
James checking in. Today's lesson, Machiavellianism. Say that 5 times fast. Machiavellianism. Personality trait that denotes cunningness, the ability to be manipulative, and a drive to use whatever means necessary to gain power. It's Halloween. It's 8:22 and 22 seconds. It just was. This is the first shift. It still is. And I believe we're going to have a few guests coming in the next half hour. The show's going to go all the way until 10, though. After our guests, we'll have a 9 o'clock hour mixture of news, First Shift 411, and music. I got some songs queued up. I really haven't played much music on the show today. That's okay. It's here if we need it. But if we're filling the show with information and phone calls and things like that, then we can go that direction too. First Shift. Flexibility, baby. 8:23 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Tomorrow morning, Jakes is here with me from 7 until 9. Tim Callerwood at 8:40. We'll talk sports in the Pick 6. Go to WRMN1410.com and make your picks today for a chance to win a $25 gift card to Rookies All-American Sports Pub and Grill. Huntley, St. Charles, Elgin. 3 places that I know of that have Rookies locations. Back to the phones we go. We'll then check in with our staff meeting a little bit before we take our 8:30 bottom of the hour break. Trusty Pat is back for more. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. I thought I'd say, boy, James is really philosophical this morning.
Yeah, he is.
A lot for 8 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, it's great. We have a lot of different views and feelings on things, and good that he brought that up. But anyway, just thought I'd mention the fact I just drove by the old Dieterle's, which is now the Outpost or whatever it was, and it's been demolished. It is finally down.
You mean the Hangout place on McLean?
Yeah, the Hangout place. Yeah, the Hangout. That's what it was. But it was Dieterle's back when it was built for 20 years or so. But
right.
Yeah, it's down. There's a demo company just cleaning it up right now, so it's going to be different. It's going to be interesting to see how ECC, this new building they're going to do, new technology building, I understand. So
right.
It'll be good to see that. It's been an eyesore for a couple of years, just sitting there empty. So anyways, kind of good to see that. So
I didn't know.
Just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah. I didn't notice yesterday when I went by. I think maybe just went down like this morning or last night because I think.
No, yesterday. Okay. Yesterday it started to go down, and today they're cleaning it up more.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, or at least maybe it was this morning. Maybe it was yesterday late. It's kind of. I noticed this morning I come into work and I went to Country Donuts. I see working on it, and they're just going to clean it up now. And I thought I mentioned I'd put a shout out to Country Donuts. If you want to, all the girls at the counter are dressed up in really kind of fun Halloween costumes and so forth. So if you got a hankering for a donut, go out and get a donut and look at the girls inside. They're kind of fun. So
yeah,
it's a good place. I go a few days a week to Country Donuts, and Ted, the owner, is just a great guy there. And girls working there are all pleasant.
Yeah,
fun to.
It is a good place, and a longtime supporter of the radio station too. So.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned that to Ted Monday. I said, that you get a lot of shout outs, and he smiled. He's a nice guy. Ted's son was going to take over for him, passed away a year ago, Rocky, and Ted's kind of having to take back control, and it's kind of a sad that Ted's still going along pretty good. He's in his mid-80s, and he's still getting along real good. But,
well, cool.
Anyway,
well, thanks for calling again, Pat. Thanks for the information.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Trusty Pat. No more hangout. Isn't that kind of fitting? That's kind of fitting. On the day after Larry Jones is gone, the hangout has been demolished. The hangout was the place 7.5 years ago on a cold spring afternoon where Larry and I met for a cold beverage. And I said, yo, Larry, don't be trying to leave the radio station. I know your buddy Jeff Ward is gone, but you can't go anywhere. I need you, Larry. Stay with me. Stay with me. Let's stay together. Let's build a show. Let's build a first shift. Let's build some friends. And Larry said, Kid, I'm going to give you a chance. Wow. What a day at the hangout. And the rest, 7.5 years later, wow, is history. And now Larry's gone. He had his final regular show yesterday, and today the hangout is gone. Funny how that happens. 827 here at WRMN, AM 1410, and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Deanna's here, and I will go corral her. She's probably wandering around on the other side, saying, where should I go? Where should I go? So we have the bottom of the hour news in about 2 minutes, and then we'll bring Deanna on, talk about Centro de Información for a little bit. It's 8:28 here at WRMN. So we don't have much time left in this little segment. Let's just say hi to a couple of folks like Dynamite Denise, who has checked in on YouTube this morning. She says, have a beautiful Halloween. And she sends about 10 prayers to our prayer scoreboard. The Dynamite one, Denise. Just driving by north to south on your radio dial, we got the mystery man in the small beige van. Small beige van. Dick. North to south on your radio dial. CK checks in. She's over at the coffee shop now. And good morning, Mark and the First Shifters. Wishing you all a wonderful and safe day. CK sends about 10 prayers to our prayer scoreboard. And no nickname John says it is post Larry day one. Stay strong. Stay strong. We'll pull through. We'll pull through somehow, some way. Who am I going to talk into spending the next 7.5 years with me? What bar are we going to meet at now that the hangout's been demolished? And Linda Carter checks in and says, good morning, Derica, who always says good morning to Linda Carter. Linda popped in a little bit ago, and she's looking for the ladies, I think, this morning. And the Sultan checked in. He said, good morning, Mark and the WRMN shifters from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Happy Reformation Day for all the Protestants out there. Y'all be safe and make it a perky and peaceful Thursday. Peaceful here on Halloween. You hear me? All right, let's peacefully catch a little news here. I'm going to go catch my guests, and we'll be back with more of the First Shift. It's 8:30. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Cintas. In North Aurora, two men, 32-year-old Johnny Chang and 23-year-old Anthony W. Edens, facing charges related to child pornography. Arrested at a residence on Selwyn Parkway, both individuals have since been released pending trial. Chang faces 4 counts linked to possession of child pornography, while Edens faces 5 similar charges. The FBI is involved in a search for 4 suspects linked to a series of audacious armed robberies at jewelry stores across Illinois, Michigan, and Missouri. The incidents occurred between July and September and involved the theft of high-value items and included the use of AR-style rifles, a handgun, and a hammer. The Naperville City Council candidate ballot order will be decided by a lottery on November 4th at the Municipal Center. The unique drawing, scheduled for noon in the council chambers, will establish the sequence in which candidates' names appear on the ballot for the 2025 municipal election. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. Road game for the Bears this Sunday, a matchup at Arizona. The team looking to regroup after last week's 18-15 loss at Washington. The Commanders won that on a last-second 52-yard Hail Mary. Head coach Matt Eberflus on the hot seat, with some players publicly questioning game decisions. Chicago 4-3-0. Cardinals have won 2 in a row. They're 4-4-0 in a tightly packed NFC West. The 49ers and Seahawks also 4-4-0. The Rams are 3-4-0. The Blackhawks visit the Sharks tonight. Chicago 3-6-1. The Sharks 2-7-2 after going winless in their first 9 games. San Jose's won 2 straight. The Bulls beat the Magic 102-99 last night. Chicago rallied back from a 33-18 first quarter deficit. The Bulls are 3-2 with the win. Josh Giddey 20 points and 11 rebounds.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22. Scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves. And earned Kohl's Cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Flex styles. Offers end October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Rooted in their family Mexican history, churros are made daily with love. Churros and Chocolate at 2533 West Algonquin Road has churros made from family recipes with care and fresh each day with delicious fillings. There's also the Frida Cafe where you can relax and catch up with a friend while having a warm drink. Try Churros and Chocolate specialty churros, the churro sundae, or take home a churro cake. Visit churros, the letter Y, chocolateinc.com.
Come on out to the Country Donuts, that is, at Route 20 and Nestler Road. They're always open. Donuts are made daily using only the finest ingredients to ensure freshness. Their huge variety of donuts offers something to please everyone. Country Donuts doesn't stop at offering you the best donuts. Enjoy a delicious breakfast sandwich or stop in for lunch and try a bowl of their famous chili. Need a larger or special donut order for your office? Call 847-488-1900.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
For exceptional home-cooked meals, visit the longest family-owned restaurant in Elgin. Paul's Family Restaurant at Lawrence and McLean takes pride in their fresh daily specials like steaks, fish, pasta, soups, and more. Paul's fresh buttermilk pancakes and breakfast skillets are phenomenal. As you walk in, you can't help but notice owner Elaine's wonderful eye for detail. The toughest decision you'll have to make is what size leftover box to take home. Call 847-695-8687.
It is 8:36 here at WRMN, AM 1410, WRMN Radio on YouTube. I have a couple special guests with me for the next 20 minutes or so. And they are from Centro de Información, important organization here in the city of Elgin. And just to give you a little background from the website. Yes, I stole it right off the website. Our guests, by the way, are Diana Ortega-Areth, Executive Director from Centro, and Julia Perez, Assistant Director of Operations and Community Engagement. Centro committed to supporting bridging and providing services to become a safe, strong, healthy, and sustainable community that ensures equitable opportunities and cultural exchange, empowering future generations. Mission statement about empowering the Latino and immigrant community to integrate effectively. And so they have a lot of work to do and a lot they do on a daily basis. Welcome, Diana and Julia. How you guys doing?
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here today.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you around quite a bit. Why don't you give Diana, starting with just giving us your background just a little bit. You've been the leader of Centro now for 2 years, something like that, right?
2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah. It's been a great experience so far, and I have been very, very lucky to work with lots of different nonprofits. I started off with working with national nonprofits right out of college, and then eventually wanted to stay in my own backyard. By the time I moved to Elgin here I moved here in 2004, and then I started serving in nonprofits here in 2010. And so for the last 2 years, I've been at Centro de Información helping them deliver on their mission.
Yeah. How about you, Julia?
I am a lifelong Elginite. For the most part, yes.
Elgin High?
I graduated from Elgin High.
Yeah.
Graduated from Judson University.
Nice.
Haven't left too far, at least not for extended periods of time. I have a long history actually with Centro volunteering when they were actually on Grove in the downtown way back in the day, in the late 80s, probably.
Wow.
I volunteered teaching ESL, teaching English classes. So I would leave Polk Brothers for your audience that remembers when Polk Brothers was in downtown Elgin, right when the Fountain Square was still closed up. And I would just hop 2 doors over to teach ESL classes.
So how long have you been in your position now, Director of Operations and Community Engagement?
I started this year, during this fiscal year.
Yeah.
Previous to that, I was here at Centro, but as an immigration counselor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned that Central once upon a time was here on Grove. Just so the audience knows, you're on the west side now, a little further west, over there near the Jewel, right? That's how I know that area, by the Jewel.
Yes, we are on Ascension St. Joseph Hospital's campus.
Okay. And you've been there for a while.
They moved
right?
out in 2018.
Yeah.
In 2018.
Gotcha. Well, do you want to talk about the mission a little bit, about empowering the Latino and immigrant community, and what your role is on a regular basis, some of the different services you provide, maybe?
Sure. Our mission to empower Latino and immigrant community to integrate effectively is a very encompassing mission statement, because the integration process usually takes a very long time. So there's a number of services that we provide. We have our immigration team, of course, based here in Elgin, that helps immigrants with a number of immigration legal services that are available, most of them for free, for our clients, which is important because the majority of our clients don't have the funds to pay for immigration lawyers, for example. We have our public benefits team, which helps our clients to gain access to healthcare and to nutritious food. There's a lot of programs that our clients are eligible for to help make sure that they are healthy and safe. And then we also have our Welcoming Center team. We are one of 43 Illinois Welcoming Centers in the state. And that means that we have caseworkers who are specially trained to do a very thorough intake of immigrants and assess their needs and help them with whatever crises they may be facing. And sometimes that's advocating for them when they are looking for employment and preparing them for that process, or sometimes that means making sure that they have a bed to sleep in that night.
Yeah.
It's a wide range of needs of services that we provide in that particular department.
Seems, and I'm sure that Centro has been very busy the last couple of years. I mean, I guess you're always busy, right? And we have the Hispanic population of Elgin now. It's 52%, I think, the last time I heard a number. So you're very busy, and a lot of asylum seekers have come to town, and oftentimes they're dropped off in town. So I mean, that just got to be so interesting to have. Do you have a lot of asylum seekers that are just kind of like walking? They find out that Centro exists and they find their way over there once they get to town. I mean, that's just like a very beginning type process for someone that's brand new around here. I'm sure you've seen that a lot, right?
Yeah, we do help clients with their asylum applications. We have had an increase in that type of application in the last 2 years with the increase in number of new arrivals that have come to the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
Period. People who have come out to Elgin have really filtered out from Chicago. Largely, there's word of mouth is a very powerful thing, right? And so people find out about who can help me submit my application. The word of Centro gets out, and we have clients coming from all over. These are people who have been in the United States a year or less, and they have a legal right to apply for asylum, and so we help them with that process.
So Centro, you said, is one of 43 welcoming centers,
correct,
in the state of Illinois. Mm-hmm. Is that right? So is it pretty unique to the Chicagoland area then? Are there Centros in different suburbs, or are people coming to Elgin because they know Centro exists in Elgin and this is where they can get help and they can get assistance in getting where they want to go, getting on their feet?
Well, I think it's fair to say that immigrants go wherever there's services available, whether that's Elgin or Chicago or Aurora or Rockford, honestly, or anywhere where they know that somebody can help them. And especially, I can tell you one unique thing about the new wave of arrivals that have come in the last couple of years, most of them who were sent here without, they didn't pick Chicago. They were sent here.
Yeah.
And because of that, they don't have family and friends here. And so social services has to step up and help them, whereas traditionally the immigrant community had some sort of friend or relative helping them and housing them and guiding them in that process. And so that's been a unique thing about and a unique challenge about the immigration services work in the last couple of years is the welcoming centers helping them with information that families used to do before.
Julia, you're welcome to jump in anytime here if you want to.
Say that Centro de Información has been was established in 1972. So from my perspective, we've been busy since 1972.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing for us to help immigrants from Latin America and from all other countries. So just this week, I had an immigrant from Sweden come in and bring me, show me his new certificate, his new naturalization certificate, because he's just gone through the process to become a citizen. So we're helping immigrants from all parts of the globe, actually.
Yeah.
So, and we've been busy since 1952, not just for the last 2 years.
Since 1972, yeah.
Or 72, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So even though the name is Centro de Información, it's not restricted to the Hispanic population, right?
Absolutely not. We're immigrant. We are geared and trained and prepared to help immigrants, regardless of where they come from.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a phone call at 847-931-1410. You may have to put the headset on to hear what the caller's got to say. He's a regular listener of the show, and he's Hispanic himself. His name is Westside Freddie, Fred Gomez. Good morning, Fred.
Hey, good morning, ladies. Really appreciate the services you provide. I've personally sent some friends from South America your way in recent years. But my question I want to pose to you is there a different process for people who illegally immigrate and people who, of course, go through the naturalization process? That's my simple question, and be blessed.
Thank you, Westside.
No problem.
Want me to take that, Diana? Yeah. Okay. So undocumented immigrants don't qualify for most services, to be honest with you. The immigrants that we help are here, have been allowed or have been here or are here with permission. Those filing for asylum or some type of immigration process, there is a process. So we adhere to those laws, we adhere to those processes, and they are helped to the extent that we can legally help them. I think that most people would agree that if somebody needs a sandwich, a taco, and from my perspective, we don't deny food to anyone, regardless of where you come from, regardless of when you got here. And so that type of service, if somebody needs, like I said, if somebody needs a sandwich, we're not going to deny that to anyone.
But that, you don't have food at Centro de Información, do you?
We do have a food pantry also. Yes.
Is Food for Greater Elgin a part of that, or is it a separate food pantry?
It's a separate food pantry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So in the last couple of years with all of this that's been happening, are a lot of the people that are trying to visit you at Central undocumented then, therefore making it tough for you to be able to help them?
I think like I said, we don't check the immigration status of people that are asking us for a bag of groceries because they're hungry. We do obviously have to ask the immigration status and confirm the immigration status of those clients that are coming in needing immigration assistance. And if there is no avenue for a client that is undocumented and does not have a legal pathway, then unfortunately there is nothing that we can do for them.
Okay, it's 8:48 here at WRMN. So if we've had some undocumented asylum seekers come to town, they have a hard time trying to figure out their way, don't they? Because I would think that they would think they could come to Central because that's the place that does help immigrants. Even if they're undocumented, they would think that maybe, perhaps, right?
That's accurate.
Yeah.
I still feel that it needs to be very crystal clear to the listeners that somebody seeking asylum has an opportunity to fill out the application for asylum once they arrive. They have, I believe it's 1 year from the time that they arrive.
From the date of entry into the United States.
From the date of entry into the United States, they have 1 year to seek asylum. Like, fill out the documentation, fill out the form requesting permission for asylum. Most asylum applications are not granted long-term. They're given a year or two until the court system can determine whether their asylum application will be approved or not. During that time, they do not have access to public benefits. They do not have access to Medicare, Medicaid. They don't have access to that.
But in that time, I'm sorry to interrupt. Yes. I think it's important to also say that they are not undocumented because
Correct.
they have those applications in process.
I gotcha. So as long as you come in and you fill out that application,
correct,
then you technically can then receive services from Centro, or no?
Well, that is the service, is to help them with the application.
Yeah. Okay.
And then after they submit their application for asylum, they have to wait another 150 days to submit their application for to have a work permit. And then they can, once they receive their work permit, then they can work while they're waiting for the immigration courts to decide on their asylum case. And so we help them with that service as well.
So in a lot of people's cases, then they can't work for the first 5 months that they're here.
Correct.
Because they have to wait to 150 days. So during that time, what can they do if they ask you that question? I mean, is there something that you tell them at that point? You got to. Is there waiting the 150 days?
They have to wait.
They have to wait. You can't work legally without a work permit.
Correct.
So they have to wait. In the meantime, we can give you some groceries. We can tell you what other food pantries there are available that can provide you with nutrition. And again, Diana made a really great point that this. Most of the time when an immigrant comes to this country, they are received by a family member, by a friend that will house them, that will feed them, that will help show them around, show them the ropes, help them integrate. That isn't an option for a lot of these immigrants.
Yeah. And I learned also a couple of years ago that there is a big difference in immigration law when it comes to people who are seeking asylum and people who are refugees. They're both groups of people who are fleeing their home countries because of economic or political violence. However, those who are given refugee status by someone in a U.S. embassy before they enter the United States, if they have that refugee status already, they are given cash assistance and a work permit automatically upon entry into the United States. Asylum seekers, they didn't have access to a U.S. embassy before they entered the United States. For example, people from Venezuela, because we don't have diplomatic relations with the country of Venezuela, there's no embassy for them to go to. And so they have to wait until they get into the United States to be given to apply for that status. But they really are not that different from people who are refugees. It's just that there is a support system for refugees, whereas for asylum seekers, there's not. And in some ways, it's not really very fair. And so that's why organizations like Centro de Información across the United States are so important to help those people while they are seeking their status to have a safety net to make sure that they have a shelter and food until they can contribute to the economy as employees and move forward in their process.
Yeah. Okay. We're speaking with Diana Ortega-Arith and Julia Perez, talking about Centro de Información for about 5 more minutes or so. And appreciate the phone call, Westside Freddy. And if you have any comments, you can jump in on our YouTube page at WRMN Radio on YouTube. We also have the Image 360 information line that I keep an eye on at 505-926-1410. So We keep throwing the term around asylum seekers. I use it all the time. I don't even know exactly what I mean when I use it. Is there like a definition for a person that's an asylum seeker? What does that mean exactly?
Someone who is seeking asylum to live in a country that they obviously were not born in, who is fleeing from their country of origin due to some form of fear of being persecuted for violence, some sort of persecution.
Yeah.
That if they return, that their life will be in danger. And so part of the asylum application, it's a very long application, and it requires evidence that you have to prove to the United States that if you return, you will be persecuted in some manner. And so that's usually the agreed upon understanding of someone who seeks asylum is because they are fleeing out of fear for their lives.
So when you're visited by asylum seekers or any Hispanic people that don't speak English, is that something that you guys try to encourage right away and offer services for to have people that are going to be a permanent part of Elgin or this area to try to learn the English language? I mean, I think it's easier for kids to learn. They can learn in school, things like that. It's harder for adults to learn anything, right? Especially a new language. So, but you guide them in the right direction so they can try to get that knowledge of the English language, right?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
And there are resources. ECC has a wonderful ESL program that they offer, and that they've added more classes to just to try to accommodate those that want to learn the language.
Yeah.
Or trying to learn the language. Yes, absolutely. Gail Borden is another great resource.
8:56, so can just let you have the floor for a minute here, Deanna, if you want to, since we're down to the last couple of minutes here. What do you want to say about Centro de Información? Who should visit? What services do you provide? You want to make like just a general statement about how far you guys have come? I know you're very busy all the time, especially with the modern climate of a lot of people coming to our community. So what would you like to say about that?
Well, just to remind people, we have satellite offices in Hanover Park and in Carpentersville. And as of this last summer, we also have a new satellite office at Food for Greater Elgin, which is very exciting. We've been partnering with them over the last couple of years, actually, because there were a lot of new immigrant arrivals who went there first because they needed food.
Yeah.
And so now we're there to help provide additional support to those same clients. And we welcome people to volunteer.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have to speak Spanish to volunteer with us. Because we receive donations, we need people to help organize those donations and deliver them with us, and do any number of activities. And of course, we're always looking for community support in the form of donations.
The staff is fully bilingual.
Yeah.
And so if you're not a Spanish speaker, I think we communicate well enough in English that we can still make ourselves understood.
Yeah, okay. And so if someone wants to reach out to you guys, what's the best way to do that at first? Just go to the website first, or? Yes, our website is www.centrodeinformacion.org. Centrodeinformacion.org. It's information almost, but it's MACION. Centro D, which is DE. Okay, well, we're going to have you guys back because that was too short of a time, and there's more that we should talk about. But thanks for taking the time to come in this morning and telling us a little bit about Centro. And congratulations on the great fundraiser that you had recently.
Thank you.
And on the expanding staff and all the services that you provide for our community.
Well, thank you for helping us get the word out about the services that we provide, and we would love to come back anytime.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Thanks, Julia, for coming in, too.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Deanna and Julia joining us from Centro de Información.
Gracias.
It's 8:59. The first shift continues right here on WRMN. We'll catch some news next.
Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus is intent in their commitment to open doors and support those who strive for excellence. Too many people have been made to feel that higher education isn't a place for them, that it is someone else's dream. But Columbia College of Missouri has changed all that. With individualized attention and ongoing support, Columbia College knows a future built by you is a future built for you. Columbia College of Missouri Elgin campus, your new starts now. Visit ccis.edu.
Ultimate Combat Gauntlet, live professional wrestling. The newest, freshest, most exciting, action-packed, fun-to-watch wrestling event on the southwest side of the Chicagoland area. At Magoo's Bar on 6550 South on Menard Avenue in Bedford Park. Next show, Friday, 20 September. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. $20 for adults, $10 for children accompanied by adults. Discount for military veterans and first responders.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 9 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Cintas. The FBI is involved in a search for 4 suspects linked to a series of audacious armed robberies at jewelry stores across Illinois, Michigan, and Missouri. The incidents occurred between July and September and involved the theft of high-value items and included the use of AR-style rifles, a handgun, and a hammer. The Naperville City Council candidate ballot order will be decided by a lottery on November 4th at the Municipal Center. The unique drawing, scheduled for noon in the council chambers, will establish the sequence in which candidates' names appear on the ballot for the 2025 municipal election. In North Aurora, 2 men, 32-year-old Johnny Chang and 23-year-old Anthony W. Edens, facing charges related to child pornography, arrested at a residence on Selwyn Parkway. Both individuals have since been released pending trial. Chang faces 4 counts linked to possession of child pornography, while Edens faces 5 similar charges. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
We ask seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 800-699-9043.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Bulls beat the Magic 102-99 last night. Chicago rallied back from a 33-18 first quarter deficit. The Bulls are 3-2 with the win. Josh Giddey, 20 points and 11 rebounds. Road game for the Bears this Sunday, a matchup at Arizona. The team looking to regroup after last week's 18-15 loss at Washington. The Commanders won that on a last-second 52-yard Hail Mary. Head coach Matt Eberflus on the hot seat, with some players publicly questioning game decisions. Chicago 4-3-0. Cardinals have won 2 in a row. They're 4-4-0. In a tightly packed NFC West, the 49ers and Seahawks also 4-4-0. The Rams are 3-4-0. The Blackhawks visit the Sharks tonight. Chicago 3-6-1. The Sharks 2-7-2 after going winless in their first 9 games. San Jose's won 2 straight. Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive. I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea.
Election Day is here, and WRMN 1410 is your trusted source for the facts. Federal races, county board seats, local offices, and advisory questions. We've got all the information you need. Have a question? What's on your ballot? Call 847-931-1410 or text 505-926-1410. We'll give you clear, unbiased information about any candidate or issue on the Kane County ballot. Just the facts, no spin. Stay informed with WRMN 1410, the talk of the town, your source for reliable coverage all day long. Call 847-931-1410 or text 505-926-1410. Your vote matters. Let's make it count together.
Garibaldi's Italian Eatery offers Italian dishes, subs, kids menus, and their delicious pizza. The foundation of a great pizza starts with the crust. Garibaldi's crust is crunchy at the bottom, airy in the middle, and perfect every time. The finest ingredients are used to give their pizza this exquisite crust and wonderful taste. Dine at either of the Garibaldi's 2 locations in Hoffman Estates and Arlington Heights. Free party rooms are available too. Visit Garibaldis.com today.
If you can't decide on dinner, have everything. Golden Corral at 154 South Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale has an endless buffet with over 150 items to choose from. There's an unmatched variety of food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, prepared fresh throughout the day. If you're craving something specific, call or check out their menu. Golden Corral rotates the buffet often. Golden Corral in Bloomingdale. They're the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
From morning coffee to your evening commute, WRMN 1410 AM is here for you. The faithful friend that brings you local news, timely topics, and the friendliest voices in the Valley. Stay informed, entertained, and engaged with our full lineup of shows, streaming all day, every day at WRMN1410.com or on the WRMN app. Wherever you are, we're right there with you. So why switch stations? Stick with the one that has it all. WRMN 1410 AM, your daily companion, your constant conversation.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
Be sure to catch the first shift weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. for important information like fire tips from Elgin Fire Chief Rob Sagan.
The thing in the winter that we're more concerned with is carbon monoxide, because that we don't get in the summer. That carbon monoxide issues occur because of heating equipment. Anything that burns natural gas, if it is faulty, can generate high levels of carbon monoxide, which in time can be fatal. So I can't emphasize enough the importance of having carbon monoxide detectors in your home. Every single year you will see somewhere in the country, and usually we'll get one or two in the Chicagoland area, where you'll see multiple fatalities in one home. You can't smell carbon monoxide, you can't taste carbon monoxide, you have no idea it's happening. And so it's critically important that you have the right detectors in your home.
It's The First Shift, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. with me, Marky B, right here on WRMN.
Looking to stay informed on the political issues that truly matter? I'm Dennis Sonar Green, inviting you to join me every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m. on WRMN for A Political Talk Show. WRMN, the talk of the town, is where you'll find clear, balanced analysis of the day's biggest news. We dig into the headlines, cutting through the noise to deliver the facts and insights you need to stay informed. Whether you're deeply into politics or just want to understand what's going on, this show offers the depth and perspectives that matter. Tune in every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on WRMN and be part of the conversation that's shaping our community. Let's navigate today's political landscape together on A Political Talk Show, only on WRMN, the talk of the town.
Hour, the first shift here at WRMN. Well, I just had quite a conversation off the air with the ladies that were here, and therefore we took a little bit of a longer break there at the top of the hour. It is the final hour of the first shift, and perhaps that interview was a little bit too short. We may have to have those ladies back another time. Thanks for their time. Deanna and Julia, they're trying to do good things for people that are here and need some services. And I'm sure the demand has gone up a lot. And they were trying to explain to me how some of the whole process works. So it's centrodeinformacion.org. And we'll have them back. And with a population of Elgin at least of 50% Hispanic, I think it's an important role that we could play here as a radio station too. 11 past 9 here on WRMN, AM 1410, and WRMN Radio on YouTube. And so welcome to the final hour of the show. Trying to kind of regroup here a little bit. Let's start by giving you the forecast. It's dried up some, although it's damp outside here in downtown Elgin. And we have a current temperature, as the temperature will fall today. It's still at 63, so it hasn't started falling yet. Fair skies and 63. Winds out of the southwest at 14, gusting to 24 miles an hour. Scattered showers still possible this morning. A mostly cloudy day. Maybe we get a little sunshine later. It's going to feel crisp when you leave work today as the temperature falls from the current 63 down to maybe about 50 by 5 o'clock. It'll keep on going through the evening hours, all the way down to 34 tonight. Breezy and partly cloudy. I think we're going to see some sunshine later. But the temperature 63 right now and falling gradually throughout the rest of the day. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and 34. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 53. So a cool day, but a sunny day on a Friday. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low of 31. Chilly night. And then looking ahead to Saturday, sunshine with a high of 60. Enjoy the sunshine Saturday, because that might be the last we see of the sun for a few days as rain sets in. A trend of rain Sunday through Tuesday. So get ready to do whatever it takes to create your own good mood from Sunday to Tuesday. Realize that every day is important to live life to the fullest and get things done despite the fact that the weather might not cooperate. We're going to see it that way Sunday through Tuesday. With rain in the forecast all 3 days, some dreariness. So find some other ways to generate happiness, like listening to the first shift. We'll try to have a Monday fun day in the rain. Rain on Sunday with a high of 60. Rain on Monday with a high of 70. And then still rain on Tuesday with a high of 66. Right now, maybe a lingering shower in your area. There is still a chance of a shower here in the area this morning. I see another very, very small line of rain that is still far to the west of the Fox River Valley that we might catch later on this morning, but it's a very thin band. If it does get here, I don't think it's going to be anything that lasts too long. It looks like it's approaching where Wendy and the Bob are moving to. Sterling, Illinois. Looks like it's approaching that area right now. It is 9:14 here at WRMN, AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right, well, we do play music usually in this hour. Let me check a few comments that may have come in during the last half hour or so, and then maybe we'll hit a couple of songs and give me a chance to regroup, get some other news ready for the final half hour of the show. I think we can probably do trivia at about 9:50 this morning. We never did give away that Britain's Car Wash prize pack the other day. So perhaps we can give that away today, which is a car wash, a nice towel to dry that car with, although the towel that I have probably won't dry the whole car. You'll need Jose's help. He's outside of Britain's, and he'll dry it for you. But you can use that towel for other things, like maybe shining up the car a little bit when you wax it. And an air freshener for the car as well, part of our prize pack coming your way during trivia this morning in the 9:50 segment. 9:15 here at WRMN. We are on YouTube. I call it the Beehive Bar and Grill. You know, Marky B. It's so creative and clever, I know, that I can't claim it. It's too clever for me to claim. I have to give that credit to Westside Freddy, who created the Beehive Bar and Grill. We're going to sting you on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Good morning to Brendan. He has checked in this morning, and he says, "Hey, WRMN listeners, I'm Brendan, and I am listening." Wow. Thanks for listening, Brendan. He always tells us about his day and his life in short snippets on YouTube every day. JP Car Show says we should have trick-or-treated yesterday. Yeah, no kidding. The weather was amazing last night. I don't think it's going to be bad tonight. It's just going to be quite a bit cooler. A little more Halloween-like than I think the 80-degree day that we had yesterday. I had my top off basically on the Jeep on the way home yesterday and was warm. And spent some time outside when I got home from work. I wanted to make sure I could take advantage of that while the weather was still nice. So happy Halloween, says Brendan. And he says good morning to Buckley. I don't see anybody named Buckley. Maybe he meant to say Becky. Good morning to Becky. My name is Brendan, says Brendan. PKB checks in and says, boo. Have a fun Halloween, everybody. Dino checks in this morning. Dino Delaley, he's got his radio show tomorrow. He's going to have Oli Bolds in tomorrow afternoon. I called him Ollie. It's spelled like Ollie, O-L-L-I-E. He performed over at Dino's house last Sunday during our goodbye party for Larry Jones. And Ollie, or Oli, is going to be on Dino's Night Out tomorrow afternoon, as Dino holds down the fort every Friday for you from 2 until 4 right here on WRMN. Dino says, God morning, FRV, First Shift, and Marky B. Happy Halloween to one and all. Bendemonium Boquist showed up to work early this morning. He's wearing his banana costume. He is going to be the big banana all day long. He claims he's going to wear that costume all day long and be the big banana. Bless his heart. I'm not sure I'd want to wear a costume all day at work, but it is Halloween, and he's in the spirit. You can listen to Ben and Sonar in the afternoons, 4 until 6 every day with a political talk show. They cover some news as well. And I imagine once the election's in the past, they'll start covering some news a little more often because election coverage won't be so predominant. But right now, there's a lot to talk about on their show. And we'll have extended election coverage all through the night next Tuesday night as the WRMN team will be out and about covering some different, maybe some parties in the area. We hope to hear from some of the parties in the area. I understand the Republican Party is going to be at the Arcata Theater next Tuesday night. And Dino might be headed over there. We'll see who's going to go to the Arcata. And maybe we'll hear from some of our Republican candidates throughout the day next Tuesday, many of whom you've heard from over the past several months on Brian Anderson's show, Kane County Speaks. We'll see what the future of Kane County Speaks holds, but Brian is going to have at least one more show for you next Thursday morning, 2 days after the election. So I think one of Brian's goals next Thursday morning is if some of these Republican candidates that have been working hard come away as victorious next Tuesday night, he may have them drop by on Thursday during his show to talk about what they're going to do next, as now they have been newly elected officials. The local Democratic Party, from what I hear in Kane County, is being held at... Ooh, I'm having a brain fart moment. It's Global Brew. It just came back to me. Global Brew, which is a tap house out in St. Charles, right off of Randall Road, near the Kane County Fairgrounds. It's hard to say that, the name of that place. Global Brew. There's two B's too close together in those two words. I'd have a hard time naming my place that because I'd have to say it all the time, and it's a little bit of a tongue twister. Global Brew Tap House in St. Charles. And I believe that's where the official Democratic Party is going to be the headquarters for next Tuesday night. So we'll see what candidates we talk to from both sides in the next several days, right here on WRMN on the first shift and all day long next Tuesday. 9:21. And we say good morning to Raul, who checks in this morning. Raul Ruiz. He is the grandfather in the Hector Soto family. That's our largest family of listeners here in the area. We have Hector. We have Raul, who says, Happy Halloween from Grandpa and Handyman Raul, along with Angelo. And we have Hector, we have Jeremiah, we have Ninny Rose, we have Iris, we have Uncle Boom Boom. We're going to get good radio ratings just from that family. Hey, whatever it takes. 9:21 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. We're also still on the Image 360 information line. I've been a little picture challenged this morning. Thanks for sending the pictures, though. I can't seem to get this one screen to go away this morning, so I haven't been able to get the pictures up there. You know, Ben Devonian Boquist is here. Maybe he can help show me during the next break, and I can show you a few of the pictures that have been sent in. The commander has checked in from the American Legion, and he has sent me a picture about the annual meat raffle coming up at the Elgin American Legion, Post 57, 820 North Liberty Street in Elgin, coming up this Saturday night. So I will tell you about that in the next half hour and maybe try to show you a few other pictures too on our YouTube page. But I get the pictures on our Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. It's show and tell. Send me the pictures that you see in your life on a daily basis, and I'll share them here on the morning show. 9:23, the phone lines are always open at 847-931-1410. And right now we're going to be teased by David. He's been working hard, campaigning, running for Kane County Board District 22. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
I'm okay, buddy. How you doing?
Tired. It's been a long journey here for all this campaigning and knocking on doors.
Yes, sir.
Fun. Hey, did you get out and vote?
Today's my day.
Today is your day. There you go.
Yep.
Because the polls are just happening. I mean,
I know.
I'm getting reports everywhere, like averaging 750 people a day just at the Elton Township building. I mean, that's a lot of voters.
Jeanette Mahalik called our show yesterday from the township, and she said Tuesday they had like 900.
Yeah, I stopped. We went and did our Sunday.
Yeah.
And we went and did our Sunday. We waited in line about 20, 25 minutes, but it wasn't that bad. They move it pretty fast.
Right.
They really do. It was really cool there. Every time somebody first-time voter, they would announce first-time voter. Everybody would cheer, you know.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun. I liked that. But one of the things I wanted to get out and say and talk about this is that I know a lot of people like to go out and vote the day of the election, November 5th. And I'll tell you, it's something that anything can happen. I mean, we've heard stories like systems go down, or, hey, November 5th, we could have a blizzard or a power outage,
right.
Anything like that. So our message is to people, you got opportunity, because in case you can't vote, you know, today, if something goes down or the lines are too long, you can go tomorrow or the next day or Saturday or Sunday. You can do it all the way up until the 5th, so that way your vote gets in there and your vote counts. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Instead of waiting for the day of, let's get out there and vote early.
And that may, I mean, not that I'm not sure if we've had problems on Election Day before, but other than people thinking that they were going to vote, waiting until Election Day, and then something comes up in their life and they don't go vote. And so if you go early, you take care of that problem. You have so many different places you can stop by to vote. If you're registered in Kane County, you can vote at many different locations. And the Republican way, David, has always been to wait till Election Day. That's something that's changing now.
Yeah, I noticed the trend. It is changing. A lot of people are getting out and do early voting, mail-in voting. Mail-in is actually really popping up there pretty good this year.
Yeah.
So everybody's taking advantage of the new system, the new way, and it gives everybody an opportunity and time to get out and vote at their luxury, their leisure. You know, whenever, hey, let's go out, honey, let's go vote if we're done with dinner, you know.
Right. As long as dinner ends before 7.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, well, yeah, in my house it does, but
yeah.
No, I mean, I like the new system in new ways, and I like the outturn. Everybody's coming out and voting, and I really respect everybody out there voting. So remember, get out and vote early. Get out and vote. Your vote does matter. It does count. Don't think it doesn't. And like you said, anything can happen on November 5th. So get out. You know, you did your diligence. You went out and voted.
Yes, sir. Thanks for all the hard work you've been doing, David, and I wish you the best of luck in the election.
Thank you, Mark. You guys take care.
Yeah, you too. Thanks. David Tees, we may hear from him again. Well, he's a listener. He's a first shifter. He's not just running for office. So he's always welcome to call. He takes advantage of that. You can just be a first shifter, even if you're running for office. You know what I'm saying? It's 9:26 here at WRMN. Well, we hope to check in with some of the candidates that we have heard from on Brian's show and at other times on Apolitical Talk Show in the next several days. If you are a candidate and you want to talk for a minute, call us. 847-931-1410. And we'll make an effort to try to schedule a few candidates on Election Day itself. And I believe I'm going to have at least one guest on the first shift on Tuesday morning pertaining to the election, and he's the head of the Kane County GOP. As I believe on Election Day, Andro Lorario, who you've heard the name of and has been on the station several times, is going to be my guest for a little bit of time in the 7 o'clock hour next Tuesday. I'm going to work in some other guests. We're going to try to fill the shoes of Larry Jones in some different ways. We may not emulate the way that we've done it before with Larry, bringing in somebody for 3 days a week, but we're going to mix it up and take it as it comes. We're not going to be hasty, are we, Blackhawks, Brad? And try to force somebody into the role. We'll see how it all unfolds. We'll miss Larry for sure. We'll keep in touch with Larry, too. We're not going to let him get away too 200%-ish. You can run, but you can't hide, Larry Jones. Blackhawks Brad gave me that word of the day earlier this morning, hasty. Hasty. And I have a haiku. I wonder if I should do the haiku to scary music. It is Halloween. Hey, producer, can you cut the jazz, please? Thank you. You're welcome. That was the producer answering. Now to the scary music for today's haiku. Using Blackhawks Brad's word of the day. The haiku, supposed to take place at about 6:55. Today takes place at 9:28. You see, we're flexible like that. Ooh, I better hurry. We're not that flexible. We're going to hit the bottom of the hour news in just a moment at 9:30. Flexibility has its limits. Try to do the splits. See how that works out for you. Maybe you shouldn't. CK, I didn't mean it. CK just drove off. Recently, when we had our hopscotch course, whatever you call a hopscotch thing, drawn out by Gina on the sidewalk out front, CK tried to do it, and that didn't work out so well. So don't try the splits, comforting Kathleen. All right, the haiku. Please repeat after me. The word of the day is hasty. Don't be so hasty in making big decisions. You might regret it. Don't be so hasty in making big decisions. You might regret it. Take your time, think it out, think it over, and then make a decision. You might still regret it, but at least you've taken some time. All right, 63 degrees this hour and cloudy skies. We're heading for a high today. Well, we've hit the high. We're going to be declining throughout the day. Here's some news at 9:30 on WRMN. Good morning.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan. Brought to you by Cintas. The FBI is involved in a search for 4 suspects linked to a series of audacious armed robberies at jewelry stores across Illinois, Michigan, and Missouri. The incidents occurred between July and September and involved the theft of high-value items and included the use of AR-style rifles, a handgun, and a hammer. The Naperville City Council candidate ballot order will be decided by a lottery on November 4th at the Municipal Center. The unique drawing, scheduled for noon in the council chambers, will establish the sequence in which candidates' names appear on the ballot for the 2025 municipal election. In North Aurora, 2 men, 32-year-old Johnny Chang and 23-year-old Anthony W. Edens, facing charges related to child pornography, arrested at a residence on Selwyn Parkway. Both individuals have since been released pending trial. Chang faces 4 counts linked to possession of child pornography, while Edens faces 5 similar charges. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Curdan.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the second bite is like fresh American cheese sauce. Bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Progressive presents the Sports Flash on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN. The Dodgers closed out the World Series with a wild 7-6 win in the Bronx last night in Game 5. LA wins it 4-1 over the Yankees. They were down 5-0 heading into the 5th, then exploded for 5 runs in the top half of the inning. The Yankees went ahead 6-5 in the bottom of the 6th. The Dodgers regained the lead in the 8th on a pair of sacrifice flies. Blake Trinan struck out 3 over 2 1/3 to earn the victory. Walker Buehler closed things out with a pair of strikeouts in the bottom of the 9th. It's the 8th World Series championship for the Dodgers and their second under manager Dave Roberts. They also won the title in 2020. Thursday night football, the Jets host the Texans. Houston 6-2, New York 2-6. Alan Lazard out for the Jets with a chest injury. Houston's Stephon Diggs done for the season with a knee injury.
Bundle auto and home, renters or condo, and save with Progressive.
I'm Chuck Sanders on News Talk Radio 1410 WRMN.
October is ending, but I want to keep the fall fun going. So I shopped Kohl's lowest prices of the season. I saved 30% on top active brands like Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. Then I got my kids some boots for under $22. Scored 50% off Food Network baking must-haves, and earned Kohl's Cash. Yep, it doesn't get better than Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end October 27th. Coupons do not apply to Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour. See store or Kohl's for details.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Discover the authentic taste of Italy at Mazziano's Pizza and Pastaria at Route 20 in Nestler in Elgin. There is one true fact of everyday life that never dulls: the simple pleasure of eating great Italian food. At Mazziano's, they'll make sure your dinner or lunch will be the best part of your day. Whether you have a taste for pizza or any of Mazziano's homemade Italian recipes, like ravioli or lasagna, they can also cater your party. Enjoy it any way you like: delivery, carry out, or dine in. Visit Mazzianos.com. Ooh, the music's still scary. 9:36 here at WRMN, AM 1410. WRMN Radio on YouTube. Trick-or-treating this afternoon, you know. Kids. Oh, you're in school right now, right? You should put the radio station. You should tell your teacher to play the radio station during class. I'll teach you things. It's 9:36 here at WRMN, AM 1410, and WRMN Radio on YouTube. All right, well, let's go back to jazz. Producer, can you cut the scary stuff? Thank you. You mind putting on some jazz music for us people that want to hear some comfort radio? Hey, thanks. Thank you. You're welcome. 9:37 here at WRMN. All right, here's what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to share a little information with you. We're going to finish our staff meeting, maybe hit the news for a couple of minutes, and to catch a couple of news stories that I haven't gotten to yet today, and then we'll finish with a little musical flurry here on the program today. Phone lines are always open, 847-931-1410. If you want to join me in that way in the next 20 minutes or so. I will continue to make great background noise for you. If you're at work today, you can keep us on. I try not to say anything too brilliant that's going to deflect your attention from your work. I'll just provide you with comfort radio. It is 9:37, and Ben Demonium Boquist came in during the news break, and he showed me what I needed to know to get the screen back the way I needed to get it to show pictures. So if you're able to get onto YouTube right now and you want to see a few pictures that I haven't been able to show today, I'm going to show those as a part of our staff meeting in just a moment. Westside Freddy was on the phone, but he is no longer. Yes, he has vanished into hung up on me phone land. All right, 9:38 here at WRMN. Go back to our Image 360 information line for a moment at 505 505-926-1410. That's 505-926-1410. And I sent a few pictures to the radio station in the last couple of days. And it's time for Marky B's Show and Tell here on WRMN. First of all, the bike ride the night before last took us north of Dundee, up in the Carpentersville area. So if you're viewing on YouTube right now, that's a picture that I took showing the Fox River. And is that the way it looked before they pulled the dam out? I wouldn't know. I've never been there before to take a picture of the Fox River, but it certainly looked like there was a lot of island there and not a whole lot of water. Result of the dam being pulled? Can't answer that question for sure. Only the experts can answer that question. But it makes me wonder. Let's see. Here's another picture of the Fox River from kind of in the same area. On YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. Big old island in the middle of the Fox River up there in Carpentersville. 505-926-1410. That's our Image 360 information line. We were at a little, I don't even know what it's called. I should have gotten the name of it. You may know if you live up that way. It was a little area just north of the dam where you can pull off, and it has a picnic table and a little bit of grass up there. And it was a beautiful night 2 nights ago. Some people were actually sitting at the picnic table. And they were not asylum seekers. I think they were regular folks that live up in that area. And they were occupying the picnic table and enjoying themselves on a beautiful night a couple of weeks ago. And there's a picture of that for you on YouTube at WRMN Radio on YouTube. And here's the picture of the sign that says, "Dam removal in progress, 1,200 yards ahead." So about 1,200 yards to the south of where I was standing right there is where the dam was removed. And I know we've had a lot of dry conditions. The Fox is finally going to get a water deposit starting Sunday through Tuesday, as we are expecting rain in the area. 847-931-1410. Westside Freddy's been busy on the phones with me today, and he is three-peating. Hey, Westside.
Hey, my man. You know, we're talking about the youngest listeners, or you were.
Yeah.
And Oliver's been a pretty consistent, occasional listener since about 4. He's 6 now. So.
Oh, Oliver wants to steal the title that Mikey stole earlier this morning.
Yeah, I know. You've mentioned it before, but you know, we're not fame seekers. So.
Well, I forget. A lot of names get tossed around here, Westside Freddy. But,
for sure, man. For sure, man.
So we have Oliver, who's now 6. We have Mikey, who's 7. And we have Jeremiah, who's 9, I think, and Northwest Wesley Jr. the second, who's also 9 or 10. Those are the 4 listeners that are somewhat in the same age group that we know listen to the regular.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a new foundation right there.
There's the future, buddy.
That is.
We lose a listener every once in a while. We have to replace them.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And we're always encouraging. You know, his mom had a show for a while, you know, and she was in the office a lot. So
yeah,
he always had a reason to listen.
Yeah, and never say never. Vanessa may be back at some point. You never know.
For sure, man. She totally misses that job, but you know she needs like 20 hours, man. So.
I understand. I like the way she sounded. I always liked the way she sounded on the air. I like her laugh, and she was always very pleasant.
Right. She like her dad is easygoing, you know, but we're still reasonably intelligent.
Reasonably, yeah.
Reasonably. Don't want to brag, but I am brown, blind, and brilliant, as some people say.
Brown, blind, and brilliant. I got to remember that. All right, Westside. Thanks, man.
Cool, my friend. We'll talk tomorrow. I might be that way later today.
All right. Let me know. Maybe I can hang with you for a second.
All right, man.
All right, buddy. We'll see you. Westside Freddy says, be blessed, be brown, be blind, be brilliant, be beautiful. He's not bald. He went and got his hair cut the other day at South Elgin, so he's not bald. But if you're bald and brown and brilliant and beautiful, man, you got it going on with your bad self. And you're blessed? Shoot. 9:43 here at WRMN. It's time to look at food. On YouTube, there's the picture of my tacos at Diamond Jim's. Free advertisement for now, Diamond Jim's. But we need you on board here with WRMN. I patronize you all the time over there, you know. There in the background is a glass. That would be the mini pitcher of Blue Moon in that Modelo pitcher. And there's the sauces that they gave you to put on the tacos. If you look on the right there, I believe that's a chicken taco. In the middle and on the left, I believe, are 2 steak tacos. Now, they were supposed to give me 1 beef taco and 1 steak taco, but I believe I got 2 steak tacos, but you know what? They were good. 9:44, and I'm not a complainer. I am not a complainer.
Whatever.
I'm not.
Whatever.
9:44 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Show and Tell continues on YouTube this morning. We're on my pictures. Here's my final picture for now. This picture was taken of the ground in front of our front door. There's my shoe on the far left side there. My boot, just to prove that it's me. No one else has a boot like that, you know.
Whatever.
And I'm stepping in the area right by the front door there. What you see are little buds of hostas who have decided it's time for round 2. They don't realize that winter's on the way. The hostas were cut to the ground, buried, and now they're trying to come back. Huh. Let's see how that turns out in the coming weeks. We'll keep an eye on it for you. That's right, we'll keep an eye on it for you, because I know you care.
No one cares!
9:45 here at WRMN. All right, sticking with our Image 360 information line at 505-926-1410. 58 Mike checks in. Hey, 58 Mike, I got a shirt for you, buddy. You wanted a shirt from America's First Responders Fest, right? Heidi left me one, and I got it in a rubber band, I think, sitting in my office. We're going to have to get that to you. I used to listen 24/7, says 58 Mike. But the Tom Hartman show is all about candidate bashing. I don't like it. Give me the old WRMN back, says 58 Mike. With an editorial this morning here on the station.
Wow.
Now he only listens 21/7.
Wow.
Well, stay tuned, 58 Mike. Changes are still being made. Your suggestions are welcome. And your thoughts are welcome. And you can always send me a suggestion or a thought on the Image 360 information line or via email at mark@WRMN1410.com. That's mark at WRMN1410.com. Linda Carter checked in a long time ago. In fact, at 12:01. That was 9 hours and 45 minutes ago. She has been here since then. She slept since then. She's been around the corner since then to the coffee shop, I think. She's Linda Carter. Linda Carter. Oosh! Yeah. Linda Carter, and she sent me about 13 prayers this morning for our prayer scoreboard. We are at 59 prayers on the prayer scoreboard right now as we approach the 10 o'clock hour. South Elgin Chris, he sent me a picture of a choo-choo train. You ready to see it? This is a train that he spotted in the Lake Geneva area yesterday as Show and Tell continues. How about that? At WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's a cool train, buddy. Thanks for the picture. Those are the kind of pictures I'm looking for during your daily ventures, South Elgin Chris, the Sultan of South Elgin. 9:47, and now it's 9:48 here at WRMN. The commander sent me a picture, and here's that picture for you now. It's all about the meat raffle, baby. Oh, hang on a second. I gotta make it larger. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make it larger. American Legion, Elgin Post 57, 820 North Liberty Street. Annual meat raffle this Saturday night, 5 until 9 p.m. Be there. Free turkey sandwiches. Saturday night, yes, free. Raffle tickets are 1 for $1, but 6 for $5. If you break that down, that's like 83 cents a ticket. 83.33333333333. So you save 17 cents on a ticket if you buy 6. Think of it that way. It's the annual meat raffle coming up this Saturday night at the American Legion, 820 North Liberty Street in Elgin, 5 until 9. Be a cool Elginite and hang out at the American Legion Post 57, 58. Mike does. That's all you need to know. 9:49 here at WRMN. Song-free music hour. It's a new concept we're trying out. It's a music-free, more music hour. We're flexible. Let's take a phone call. 847-931-1410. Good morning. Welcome to the first shift.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mark. How you doing? This is Mean Gene.
Mean Gene. I'm okay, buddy. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm thinking about the 58 Mike. I seen him up there, and we talked for a little bit. And they had the Halloween little bash Monday for Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
And it was a really nice little show. They had a headless man, and he came in. She came in second, but they're the first. I'm trying to remember who won the first. I forget who won the first prize, but I thought the headless person should have won the first prize. But it was nice. It was a nice setup. The commander was there. Had a really good time. Got to see Mike, and it was a really nice setup the way they did it. And then they lost last night. They had spaghetti. They had it twice a month already, and they had a really big turnout. So
that's good.
They're really doing well. They're doing well now.
People like spaghetti night, so they had the spaghetti night last night at the American Legion. That's twice a month. They also had spaghetti night at the Moose Lodge last night.
Okay.
And we didn't make it for that, although we talked about going. But I hear you get a big old pile of spaghetti at the Moose Lodge, too, and some salad. And you can't go wrong, whether you go to the American Legion or the Moose Lodge, near the Township Building on McLean Boulevard. You'll be hearing more about the Moose Lodge and the American Legion in the coming months right here on the first shift. There's my commercial for that, Mean Gene.
There you go.
Yeah.
My friend, I met my friend up there. She had been in the hospital, and she's doing well. And we went up there, and she loved the meatballs. They make them by hand, and she didn't know nothing about the spaghetti dinner. I didn't know actually they were having it again, and I was glad they did. And it was a lot of business, and she couldn't believe the amount of what she got for $7.50. She really enjoyed it. She was going to eat it at home, but she started nibbling at it, and then she just sat there and ate everything. But
nice.
She really liked it.
Cool, man. You doing okay?
Yeah, doing all right.
Good, man. We got to talk off the air again soon.
Okay.
I'll give you a call.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Mean Gene checking in this morning. Mean Gene still fighting his way back, and I got to check in and see how he's doing. It's 9:52 here at WRMN. Showing you the street cam. You can see leaves blowing in the back of a Jeep and a little piece of a tree and now a van going by. It's pretty exciting here on Douglas Avenue. Let's see. Well, here's another picture. Let's see. Happy Halloween from the corner of North State Street and Highland Avenue. And this was taken this morning at 9:30. And let's show this amazing picture right now for you on YouTube. This individual was standing at the corner of 31 and Highland this morning. And who is that, I wonder? A message. It's hard to read the message. There's a lot of writing on that piece of cardboard. Thanks for sending that picture, anonymous listener. 505-926-1410. That's what you might see if you're at the corner of 31 and Highland at any given time. A little extra spooky on Halloween. 9:53, about 5 minutes until the top of the hour. All right, well, we have a couple of more pictures to show you, I think. We have one call. Mary's going to be mad at me. You know what? I think Meaningless Facts Mary's on the phone right now, anticipating trivia, and I did not come up with a trivia question. So it's time to get yelled at. Good morning, Mary. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing fine, and I'm not anticipating trivia.
You're not?
No, okay. I'm not doing well at trivia lately. I am putting on a commercial for the Elgin High School Drama Club, who has worked very long and hard for a production that is going on tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday afternoon. It's the play is the 12 Angry Jurors, or it's 12 Angry Men. I don't know which. All I know is Henry Fonda was in it. But anyway, the drama club at Elgin High School it's their first performance of the year, and it's really sad. These kids put in so much time and effort on these plays, and they're not really very well attended. It's a very reasonable, I think it may be $10. I mean, I'm not even sure it's that much. And it would be so nice to see more community support for these kids. You know, we talk about how the kids are going to the dogs, and when they work so hard to something and they're so little supported, it makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it is tonight at 7 o'clock, tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock at the Elgin High School. And I'd love to see some of you people there.
Okay. Well, yeah, thank you for the plug. Appreciate you sharing the event with us. And
Well, my granddaughter happens to have one of the parts.
There you go.
So that's why I'm rather involved, and my daughter is involved. But as I say, they work so hard. They've been staying at school until 6 o'clock at night, many nights, to put this performance on, and they're making sets, and she's so excited about it. And as I say, it would just be nice to have some of the community come out and view the performance.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mary, for calling in. Thanks for listening and being a great
Okay, I'm listening. I don't have YouTube on. I use the radio, and therefore I'm not as involved as I would be if I were, So anyway.
Okay. I'll try not to show too many pictures then, because it doesn't do very much good for you.
Well, that's okay. I enjoy your description.
I got to be a play-by-play announcer of the pictures.
That's right. All right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks, Mary. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. There's Mary checking in. Meaningless Facts Mary, but she's meaningful to the radio show. It's 9:56 here at WRMN. That's true. I guess if it's like listening to a baseball game on the radio, the announcer has to paint a picture for you. So as I show pictures here, I have to make sure I do a really good play-by-play of what I'm showing, so that if you're listening on the Blowtorch AM 1410 or on the app, it'll still do you some justice. All right, we got about 2 minutes left on the show here. Let's see. Westside Freddy says, the Hartman Show makes me want to yak. I don't have a yak, all I have is a spit. We finish by taking it to the American Legion, where we have the costume contest winners from the American Legion on Monday to show you as we go out on the show today. There they are, your American Legion costume contest winners from Monday night. American Legion Post 57, 820 North Liberty Street, Elgin on the east side. Yeehaw! Westside Freddy says that's the least side. You might disagree. Can I get a whatever? Disagree with Westside Freddy, would you?
Whatever.
There you go. All right, 9:58 here at WRMN AM 1410 and WRMN Radio on YouTube. Cut the jazz, please. We're going to go out this morning by playing you the open of this great song by Argent that I'd never played this morning, but I really like it a lot. And it's got a cool build-up to the start, so it seems like a good finish for the show. And as the day goes on today, you should always hold your head up. things are okay. You're on this side of the dirt with the Hostas. Matt's coming in next. He's got Out to Lunch. Keep it right here all day long on the Talk of the Town, WRMN. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 6. We'll have a busy show. Thanks to the folks at Central for coming in today.
Located at 4870 North Harlem Avenue in Harwood Heights, serves traditional gyros as well as its award-winning chicken gyros on a pita. Twin Gyros has a diverse menu that includes barbecue ribs, chicken dinners, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, cheeseburgers, and Vienna beef hot dogs that have recently been inducted into the Vienna Beef Hot Dog Hall of Fame. Check out the full menu at twinsgyros.com. That's